start looking like every other streamer. That's what it feels like. I just have like a purple lit background, yeah. I have like a purple lit background, you know, all that good shit back there. Like the general setup here.
Charge! Strike is one, and leap! I must leave no stone unturned, as a dutiful maid would.
Advance!
Yeah, we're still on the grind. Listen, out of all the pieces thus far that we have, the timepiece is still the worst one we have. We have a lot of potential in the timepiece, so I'm just waiting for the day where we get an energy recharge, defense percent, crit rate, crit damage. Timepiece, right? Like the fourth stat doesn't matter, but attack percent would be preferred. Because it's like we are ever so slightly, so close to like having a higher rank. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if you guys were all here. Last Tuesday we did do some theory crafting and some Genshin optimizing stuff. So now our Ito's build is, I think, rank 5 for his category of 120, I think, or something like that. And my Noelle is rank 3 now. Somebody did unfortunately pass me up again, so I am falling off slowly every day at this point, you know. It feels bad, man. But we also did get an increase. We got an actual upgrade apparently at some point. So my Noelle did get slightly stronger, but it wasn't enough to keep rank 2. However, listen. We also found out that I'm basically carrying North America for like builds, like in every single category with Ito, Noelle. I was the highest ranked North American player, because every other like top tier person above me was basically literally from Asia, So it's like, you know. I represent North America at this point. Top ranked North American streamer, I think we should put in the title now. This one is sussy. I kind of want to roll it. I also kind of don't. It's sussy. The Whales of Asia. Yes, right, baby. But I'm representing North America. Alright, so I gotta take the gold back for America at this point. I have to take it back for America.
Press the advantage! Fall in!
Strike is one! I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
Advance!
Yeah, and then I think I'm gonna, okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to, I'm going to farm a legitimate Ningguang at some point here, because I haven't really farmed Ningguang in a long time, right? But since I'm doing Petra pieces right now, her best set, you know, allegedly is like a 2% 18 and a 2-piece Petra. So I'm gonna try and get my Ningguang ranked as well. I'm gonna try and get her to a good enough spot where she can be ranked. So I'm not sure there's a Ningguang leaderboard. That I don't know. I'm assuming there probably is, because she's a pretty straightforward character. Her numbers are literally just that. Because she's Geo, her numbers aren't multiplied in some fancy way. There's no weird team comp. It's like just directly buffing a character, right? But it's like I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. I am curious to see how well I can make my Ningguang rank. Two-piece Petra, 2-piece emblem. I am against that, but I have a good reason for that. Ningguang does not need energy recharge. Ningguang does not need energy recharge, especially if you're past C2. Like, you don't need energy recharge. It's a bit of a waste, to be honest. Alright, that would be my reasoning for not running any ER on her, much less using a 2-piece emblem set. Alright, like that would be my only reason. It's like I'm well aware you don't need ER on her. You don't need it at all. At all. She's got a 40 burst cost and generates 3 geoparticles on her E, which can be double cast. Okay, it's like you realistically don't need it. Actually, it might generate more than 3. It might generate 3. Actually, it might be 3. Wait, actually, hold up. I'm upset that it doesn't have crit damage, or sorry, crit rate. However, this is very important. For the headpiece, I need something with a lot of attack percent on it. So this has potential to be like a 25% or more attack piece. So that is good. That is good for like the other reason, you know, the plunging reason, the insane reason. Two-piece noblesse. Yes, two-piece noblesse is also a pretty common one because her burst is actually pretty strong. So I know a lot of people like also running the two-piece noblesse. However, I will argue that I think the Petra two-piece is better just because ultimately it's a 15% buff as opposed to a
Charge!
20% buff, so it's like 5% less. And very importantly, Petra covers every single thing in your kit versus noblesse that will only boost your burst, right? So if you have her as a sub DPS that just pops out to burst and then move on to like a different character, then noblesse is probably better for you because it's a very short-term buff. You're only out for so long. But if you're going to be doing the Ningguang DPS where you are normal attack weaving and charge attacking, then the Petra piece should be better, right? So it's like they both work for different purposes. Also, what's this? Satisfaction. Ooh, yes, my satisfaction. Also, yes, we are doing reviews today, to be clear. It's just going to take a little bit to get there because we got to do the usual stuff first. Two Petra, two Glad. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get towards too. Wait, also, is there an actual Ningguang rank? On the Akasha, is Ningguang actually a ranked character? I'm going to assume they are because it's like such a simple character to... Compared to other characters, it's simple to math it out. We are still looking for that 40 crit damage Petra set, though. We are still looking for that. So hopefully we get that at some point here. 2 EM ones in one day. That's a little insulting. That's a little insulting, miHoYo. I don't know how to feel about this. It's an off piece for certain characters. I'm not going to complain. It's a 4-line. I'm not going to complain. It's not crit damage. Well, actually, that was pretty good. Okay, that flower's actually got potential. Okay, listen, we are coping hard, obviously, at this point. Not going to lie to you guys. We are hella hard coping, all right? We are desperate at this point. Because we want to get those pieces already because... Basically, at this point, I think I've decided, by the way, on what I'm going to do for the plunging setup. I'm going to do the Ayaka one. I'm going Ayaka. Which means that the goal now is to save enough Primo Gems to get C4 Ayaka, C2 Klee, and at least one Freedom Sworn. We're going to go for the more expensive setup here. Because it's just like, if I'm going to spend money, I might as well go out and get the best possible. That way, like let's say that I beat the record, and then they beat it again, and the only way to push forward is to literally get C4 Ayaka and Klee, then you know that would be annoying. What about C4 Chi-Chi? Yeah, I'm gonna get that in the process of getting C4 Ayaka. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, miHoYo's gonna be like, I heard you wanted a cryo 5-star. Here you go, dog. I got you. You already know that's what it's gonna go like. I heard you wanted a cryo 5-star that uses a sword. Like, yes, thank you, miHoYo. Appreciate that, miHoYo. Appreciate that. Alright, let's get some of these. Okay, so I'm gonna just, okay, we're not hard rolling these. We're just getting them to +4 for some of these. Just to see if it's worth keeping. No, that one is gone. That one is gone. This bad boy here, defense percent. Actually, that's a hard roll. That's a hard roll as well. Physical damage and bonus. That's copium as hell. Also, listen. Oh, maybe it's not copium. Okay, we'll see about that. Unironically, okay, what am I doing? Because I'm gonna be wishing for Ayaka. Like, I'm going to probably end up with the C6 Mika. Oh, wait, oh shit, wait, I forgot. We got this actually. Hold up, we got this. It's good. Like, listen, if we get 40 crit damage on a crit rate headpiece, I'm gonna love that, alright? Listen. And some ER in there? Hell yeah. So, you know, obviously hoping this goes well. That'd be nice. So, like, I'm gonna have a setup for a physical Noel, alright? Unironically, I'm gonna have a physical Noel setup. So maybe that goblet isn't that bad. Alright, the rest of these, okay, geo damage bonus. We need crit damage. Crit damage is literally the only stat we want on this bad boy, please. Give me a shot at a goblet, please. Boom. Boom. Oh, hey. That's pretty good. Alright, that'll be fun for Sunday. So a copium piece that I'm going to regret rolling. A piece that will never roll 40 crit damage. A piece that will never roll 40 crit damage. A piece that'll never roll 40 crit damage, attack percent, defense percent, crit damage, and double crit stats. I don't care which ones, just give them to me, I guess. Alright, simple. Beetle Brawl Expedition, alright, all that good shit too. Yeah. Yes, I know they love elemental mastery. Why is there a dead bird here? What happened here that there's just a piece of chicken in the water? Did a bird? Wait, there's a chest here. What? How have I not seen that this entire time? Holy shit.
More valuable for it.
Is attack percent on Shenhe better than 4-piece noblesse? So you want to run noblesse for the attack percent boost that you can give to your team, right? That's a good question, because what is... Okay, I guess it probably would depend on your weapon. So think about it this way. 36% attack bonus, right? So figure out, like, what are you going to have? Calamity Queller, or are you going to have a different one like Wave Rider? Because, like, Wave Rider, I think it's the second best choice for Spear. If you don't have a 5-star option with a high base. I'm pretty sure Wave Rider is, like, your go-to on that case. Yeah, that thing, Wave Breaker, my bad. I'm pretty sure it's got, like, a 614 base, something like that. Something insane like that, right? This would be, like, your 4-star option. If you don't have, like, a Primordial Jadewing Spear or something with, like, a high base. Because if you're having Calamity Queller, then you can just basically calculate for the base attack, right? So let's say her base attack is 1,000 flat with whatever weapon you choose, right? Let's just make up a number. 1,000 flat, let's say, right? So 36% of that would be 360. So, depending on your talent level, let's just say you're going to crown it, right? What percentage of Shenhe's total attack gets given to the cryo, instances of damage? Think about it that way, right? So you can take whatever percentage of 360, right? This is a lot of math, obviously, but still. So let's say it's 50% of your attack is given to the character. So then you're going to give 180 attack to your character, right? That you're helping. Is that worth more than 20% attack on a character, right? Now, for most characters, you'll have 700 base attack or more. So if, let's say the character you're playing with has 700 base attack or something like that, 20% of that would be 140. So in that particular case, right, where it maths out that way, the 1818 would be better overall. But it just literally depends on what 20% of the base attack of the character being buffed is, and whether it's more than the 36% attack, or I guess, again, I don't know the number, but you get what I mean, right? You literally have to decide based on that by literally just calculating it. So, like, if you can tell me, like, the actual stats of the characters, we can probably, possibly, not promising anything here, calculate which one would literally be better. You know what I mean? We can probably literally calculate that. If that makes sense. Also, what characters do you normally run on an Ayaka Freeze team? Would Shenhe be the only one capable of being useful for that? What up, Peace? How you doing? Dog barking? Yes, that is dog barking. That is Dulce barking.
Solidify! Advance!
Leave it all to me. Someone needs assistance. Yeah.
Alright, that commission is done. Ooh, you're working on a Yoimiya team? Nice. What part of it? Is it the Hydra application? The artifact pieces? Farming on talent levels for your characters? Let's see here. Yunjin. Well, Yunjin's actually pretty, well, not easy, but at least what you're supposed to go for is pretty straightforward. As long as you're using her as a buff, you just need defense percent, so luckily defense percent is not too uncommon on the timepiece, goblet, and headpiece, so it won't be too bad. It is a hood set, obviously. For the most part, if you're doing Favonius lands, I would recommend trying to get some crit rate in your build. The easiest way to do that is usually just a crit rate headpiece with defense percent as a substack. And I do recommend a decent amount of energy recharge, if possible, like a healthy amount. So, you know, that's basically what you're hoping for in these substats. There's some ER. Yunjin not worth playing with Yoimiya. Well, even if that is the case, it probably depends. Like, more importantly, it's like, if it's the option you have, you should probably go for it, you know? Because I'm sure there's like a thing as an optimal team or whatever, but if you don't like a character, like I've met people that don't like Bennett, so it's like I can't recommend Bennett to someone who doesn't like Bennett, right? Or if someone wants to use Bennett but doesn't have Bennett, how can I recommend they use Bennett? Yeah, it's always nice to be able to switch off the Bennett too.
Break a leg.
I've had that benefit ever since I finally got like a bunch of Geo supports actually released, right? Like Yunjin and Goro. Being able to switch Bennett off to like a different team has been pretty nice, you know? Also, Bennett like works better with Ito than with Noel technically, so... Yeah, no, it works out somehow. Daily commissions, etc, etc. Yeah, Zhongli's probably really... Again, listen, I'm an advocate for Zhongli. Also, I saw on Reddit, right, that I think it said that the Yelan and Hu Tao banner has officially become the #1 selling banner ever. And they still have, what, like a week left? 5 days left. They still have 5 days left. And they've already, I think like a day or two ago, they crossed the highest sales or whatever. So it's like, hey, damn. And I'm pretty sure it's like mostly being carried by Yelan, and the fact that the weapon banner currently, both weapons are just like disturbingly nice, you know? So it's interesting to see. Very interesting to see here. Alright, got all that done. Items forged, ingredients processed. Okay, cool. Gotta set up the next fish here. We need to cook. Get these little blue bastards here. Just go ahead and do that. Boom. Nice. Yeah. Ultimately, like, listen, I say Zhongli is probably one of the most comfortable picks. And he is ultimately one of the most used characters in the Abyss, even though, like, his element isn't great. It's just, like, his all-around utility, his defense. Like, if it... Okay, listen. If Zhongli did not have defense shred and Geo resonance wasn't as good as it is, because like out of all the resonance, I think Geo is honestly the best one on a case by case basis, right? I think Geo is just so universal for most characters, right? So Geo resonance is like a a thing that people do, never with the intention of actually caring about Geo, but because Geo Resonance is just so like nice. It's just like a 15% damage boost. Obviously, because it's Geo, you're gonna have a shield up a lot of the time. Zhongli especially, obviously. And then Zhongli himself gives resistance shred, obviously universal. But it's like, you know, very nice. Very, very, very nice. But we'll see when we get the rerun though. We haven't had a rerun in a bit, right? I think we're probably at least 6 patches out since his last rerun.
And leap.
So it's like, who knows? I don't think it'll be more than like maybe 6 months at this point.
Charge!
But did Nilu ever get a rerun? No, right? Nilu has never gotten a rerun? Yes, Nilu has never gotten, and we know that, I think it said on the live stream, right, that Sino was gonna get a rerun? Or am I crazy? Am I imagining that? I'm pretty sure it said Sino was getting a rerun, so if Sino's getting a rerun, we're probably not too far behind of a Nilu rerun. Nilu was pretty recent though. How long ago was Nilu? I thought she was like 3.3. Then we'll run with Dia. Oh wait, if it was 3.3 that we got her. Wait, when did we get Nilu? Was it 3.1? 3.2? 3.3? I don't even fucking remember. What patch did we get Nilu on? It's like Sino was. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Well, when we get them, we'll get them. But I'm sure a rerun won't take too long. You got yes. Listen. The greatest trap for people that save primo gems over time is the refill mechanic. I think 1 is the most you should do if you're trying to save primos. I think if you're trying to do like long-term saving, it is not worth doing more than 1 refill. Which is funny because I'm literally doing long-term saving, but I'm doing 3 refills a day. But that's because, listen, I must remind you guys that like I have failed you guys, alright? Oh, wrong one. Whoops, accidentally dropped that one. I have failed you guys, alright? Listen, I was supposed to hold rank 1 for all my characters, alright? I was supposed to, but I'm not. But I'm not, damn it. Alright? I'm sadly, I've fallen off here, alright? Listen. I'm only in the top 1% for Noelle and Ito. It is very sad. Rank 9 and rank 3. It is an extremely sad day for me, alright? We must catch this back up somehow. Interesting. Listen, you guys... This is almost a porn ad. That's hilarious, actually. Almost. But not quite. But it's getting there. Like, holy shit. If I get banned for, like, linking to my Akasha rank, that'd be hilarious. How do you know your rank for characters? You feel it in your gullet, dog. No, I'm just kidding. So that's the Akasha system, right? That little thing that I sent you. You basically create an account. You give them your UID so they can look at your characters. And whatever your characters currently have equipped in your showcase specifically, alright? This thing right here. In this thing right here. This right here, it'll read them. It'll average out their damage, each individual character. And then it'll place you in the database. And then you can see what your rank is among other people who are in the database. So it is a universal database, but not everyone's on it. The only people on it are the people who know about it. And this is very important. The people who know about it are people who care about it, right? So it's like the people there are typically somewhat competitive. So you know you're getting people that like are trying to get a high rank, right? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's see. Okay, Beetle Brawl. Last stage of the Beetle Brawl. We can get that event out the way, and then we are good. Pretty sure we're on day 5 of it. All right, so the last fight is this bad boy right here, Grandmaster Hanakado. I'm sorry, I don't speak Russian. My apologies.
I did not expect the Arataki gang to defeat so many mighty
I'm
beetle
assuming that's
fighters.
Russian, but I don't know how to do it.
take
I don't know how to
back
speak
what I
Russian.
once said.
Alrighty, Bullchucker, you're our leader. It's your time to shine. And, don't take what was
said earlier seriously.
Ito's gonna lose, I can tell.
Oh, it's on! The final showdown and my soon-to-be final victory. I don't know how you've been leading your crew, but the results speak for themselves. The Arataki gang rules! Grandmaster Hanakato, get ready to battle.
Alright, let's see here. Alright, is it me or did that have a long list of rules? Jesus. Okay.
After many duels, your Crimson Staff
Oh
has
great, I
grown
need
in
to crit
strength.
as well.
At least, it's far more confident than when it defeated Electra.
Oh, yeah? Hey, you have a good
I
eye
need to
for
crit
this.
his butt. Alright,
Of
got it.
course, its improvement is mainly thanks to my expert guidance and tuition.
Alright, so far. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Okay, cool. Alright. It is a lot easier now. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. How's it going? I'm gonna dodge this way. Look at that. Oh, epic dodge. Alright, cool. I don't know. For a beetle fighting champion, he sure doesn't seem that good. Alright. Back off real quick here. What are you doing, dog? I'm over here. Send it your way here. Wait, do I have to crit him for the last one? Is that the thing? Alright, this should be good enough. How's it going, Jelly? How's it going, Ty? Yeah, but it's interesting, right? It's something that's cool, like, whoa, I'm in the top 10% of the built characters or whatever. That's pretty cool, right?
So the
Alright, that was
almighty
pretty easy.
Arataki extraordinary and exhilarating extreme beetle brawl seems to be going pretty smoothly.
Yeah, trust me. I spent like 30 like a whole minute
Really
against that
stronger
defensive one. Like,
between
wait, how do I get
them.
past this
Let's go check
bastard?
it out, shall we?
Alright, cool. That was easy. Somebody said that was hard. It was not hard.
Let us battle once more. Victory and defeat no longer seem so important. It's rare that I should find such a great opponent. It would be a shame to end our battle.
Yeah, we
so
do have
soon.
reviews today. We have
Would it
2
not?
lined up right now. I'm just gonna get all the daily crap out the way here.
Bring it on.
I think this event is done in a day or two, so I need to
Let's see
get it
through
done
my
here.
secret beetle fighting techniques? Nah, little fella, that ain't gonna happen. If you'll admit that I'm the stronger beetle fighter, I'll fight you for as many rounds as you want.
Huh. Looks like Bullchucker and Grandmaster Hanakato are still raring to go. Well, let's leave them to it. They can battle beetles till the beetle battling is done.
Wait for the following day. Sure. Are you gaming at 100?
Boat son.
How's it going, Omi? How's it going?
Astounding!
Amazing!
Even though your fighting style differs greatly from mine, I resonate
At 100%
strongly with the
power?
passion you imbue into your Oni
I don't know. All of a sudden, I got good at the beetle
In
fighting
time,
game.
you shall
Didn't get hit
surely
once,
become a
crit
true
almost
champion
every
of the
single hit.
beetle fighting world.
Pretty insane.
You're pretty good yourself. You managed to win an impressive 570 out of our 1,141 matches. Of all the beetle battle marathons I've fought in my time, you have lasted the longest by far. Not gonna lie.
What up, Elise? How you doing?
Impressed.
No, I won 571 rounds, so I'm ahead. Also, you have the home advantage. Taking that into account.
What
it
do you
is
think
in
about
fact
Two-Piece
I
Maiden,
who am the
Two-Piece Ocean
superior
Healer, Noel?
warrior.
Well, listen, you can already heal enough with Noelle for sure, but
Huh?
hey, you want to make her more unkillable, you can.
I remember our score clear as day.
Healing
and
bonus crit
Mamoru
circlet. I
was
think it
our
works fine. If you're
witness.
trying to make her a healer, you should go for the healer set, to be honest.
Isn't that right, Mamoru?
Boss, I really can't take it anymore. Please let me sleep for a while.
Have they been going at it this whole time without a break?
Fine.
Although
since I'm a
there
generous
might
guy, I can give you one round,
technically
no
speaking, a
problemo.
hood
I'll
set
just defeat you next
with
time.
healer stats might be better on it.
And if you're still not
Like
convinced,
just going
we'll
like
do the
full
next
hood
battle
with
on your
defense,
home
because
turf.
ultimately her
I'll
defense
prove that
scaling
it's
for the
about
healing
beetle
I think is
fighter,
more important.
not the
And I
location.
think you'll get more out of like another,
That suits me
what would it be, like
just
70%
fine.
defense bonus overall
Follow me.
than you would from just outright like 30% healing bonus, you know?
Oh, hey, compadre. Flying Lavender Melon, you're finally here.
The funny thing is that you can actually farm both the Ocean New Clam set and the hood set at the same time. Literally, so that kind of works out too.
Yeah, never mind that for now. Here's your 2-month free ramen voucher, as agreed. Take it.
Ramen voucher? Oh, yeah, right, the ramen! Now that's more like it.
Oh, no. This was just the warm-up.
And just run the Favonia's Greatsword as well. Well, it's not a defense weapon. The energy recharge will be pretty nice because you do want to have a very nice uptime on that burst. You can guarantee the healing with the C1. Hopefully you have C1 at least.
But the good news is, Grandmaster Hanakato finally let go of his pride and admitted that I'm a strong beetle fighter. Still, we ain't done with each other just yet. I'll be heading to his home turf alone soon, where I'm gonna defeat him once and for all. Once that happens, he'll have to follow my orders. And by that, I mean he'll help us make the almighty Arataki Extraordinary and Exhilarating Extreme Beetle Brawl the biggest, baddest event ever! Thanks again to the two of you.
We have one
Now,
more
wait
fight in
here.
this
I'll be
event.
back with good
One
news
more
in no
fight.
time at all.
Which is the expert level beetle fight or whatever.
Bullchucker
That shouldn't be
sure
too bad.
seems like he's having fun. And we got 2 months worth of ramen out of it.
Boss! Boss! There's a letter from Shinobu. Take a look at this. Huh? Where'd the boss go? He was beetle fighting right here just a moment ago.
Is it urgent? Because Bullchucker just left with Grandmaster Hanakato. They said they were going to continue
Yeah,
their
ultimately
battle.
Noelle's not the greatest healer, but she is a healer
Well,
regardless.
it's not urgent, just a little unexpected. You can read it for yourself if you
Also,
want.
to be fair, it would depend on the actual constellation of the character, right?
So Grandmaster Hanakato is actually part of the Arataki gang? But his communication style... made
Do I
Bullchucker
know the
feel like he
route?
was
No,
facing a
I know it
hard
exists. I just never done the route. Since I've been playing at this point long
Just
enough, right? Like
Shinobu
since basically the
expected.
start of the game.
Bullchucker is spending
I
all
have
his
enough
time beetle
artifact
fighting
fodder
without
to not have to
resting
worry
or
about it.
eating.
The only way I run out is if I start
Organize the
rolling
beetle
every
fight
single
for him.
potential artifact. That might be an upgrade. Right, like those
Shinobu
single crit
deserves
line
to
ones.
enjoy the ramen
If I start
voucher more
rolling
than
those,
we
then I
do.
have a chance at an
Why
upgrade,
don't we
but it
take
does
her
eat up
for
the
ramen
experience
when
quite
she gets
quickly.
back?
I also purchased the weekly
Actually,
artifact experience from the
Bullchucker didn't tell us which
from the
ramen
house
stall this
thingy,
voucher is meant
the
to be
teapot.
used at. Are we
So,
supposed to
you know,
find the store
I just
by
haven't had to
ourselves?
do it myself. I just have not had to do it myself. However, if you need the experience, you should probably do it. Where's the little boy at? There he is. Okay, Grandmaster, one final fight with you. The final fight, the Fanatic Passion. Here it is. Let's see how well this one goes. Alright, bro, let's go. Alright. Now I don't get it? Damn. Looks like I've fallen off now. Great. That should be correct. Alright. Oh, wait. He's cornering me. Oh, you done fucked up. This is a little too easy today. I'm a little worried. Like, I'm doing good in this game, but yesterday I was getting my cheek clapped. YOLO. Aw, I don't beat him out. Alright. A little too far away here. Okay, I'm fucking around now. I'm fucking around and finding out. Okay, I'm messing around a little too much here. Alright, we are getting close to the end here. What a duel. Can you not corner me? Thank you. What a duel. Hey, yo. You're getting close, buddy. Gotta crit this thing real quick to you. Boom. Goodbye, buddy. What an epic duel. What an epic duel here. Alright, sick. The event, that should be it, right? That should be all of it. That should be all of it. Alright. That's it. We're done with it. I think that's it. Boom. Alright. That feels pretty good. We're done with it. Alright, and I guess we have nothing else to do now. It's about time. We are at that part of the stream where I really don't have any other things planned here. I can make up some shit if necessary, but we will be doing reviews for a little bit here. We have 3 lined up currently, and we might get more later, so we'll see. Let's go ahead and start, I suppose, here. So what am I missing for Chi-Chi's No Tomorrow here? Well, to be fair, I haven't done reviews in 4 days, so it's been a while here. It's been a sizable amount of time, so you know. Alright, hold up. What is it that I need for Chi-Chi's No Tomorrow? Is it just the fish? Oh, the rice as well. Okay, cool, got it. Gotta buy that too. Reviews? No. No troll despair, okay? No troll despair. Reviews are fine, dog. We get to see what people have gotten lucky with, okay? So, Martin, you are the first person. Martin, you will be the first person, and you have an Al-Haytham review. After that, we got a Yao Yao review, and after that, an Anila review. So, you know, we have some things lined up here. Who sells rice? I think this person over here, right? Yeah, Al-Haytham is coming up here. Hopefully, yep, that is not the rice, this is rice. Alright, Al-Haytham, and then there is some fish sellers. I think this guy sells fish. Do you sell fish, sir, by chance? I just need to see Martin type in chat so we can get started with his. Hopefully he's still here. Hopefully he still be here. Yeah, you should honestly, like, you never know what ends up happening. Maybe your resonance behavior becomes like my resonance behavior and you need the crit rate food buffs, right? Maybe getting a bunch of fish could be worth it, you know? Wokage, yes, dog, wokage. We'll give him a little bit here. If not, then I suppose Ty would be the first person. Fish meta? Yeah, I need fish badly, that's why. I need it badly. Potatoes done. Where else can I get rice? Ooh, probably... Where's the general store for... Is it Inazuma or is it Rito? The general store? Okay, so it's gonna be in Rito, isn't it? Wait, where's the general store? Wait. Eatery, that's a random mark. That's the crafts thingy. Where is the general store? I don't know. I guess I'll have to guess here. General stall, somewhere around here, hopefully. You there. That's a bunch of books, okay. This is the scam one, isn't it? Sailing Breeze, Kenta, store owner. It's below the stairs leading up to. Oh, you can buy Sango pearls here. Oh, I actually need those. Eel meat. Wait, this guy sells this too? Bucket over here. It is not worth 10k Mora at all, but shot. I have like 50 million at this point, so why not? There's leading to the guild, so then the guild is where's the guild? Wait, is the guild on retail though? Hold up a second. No, the guild. Oh, okay, I know now. My bad, yeah. Literally just down from the teleport spot. To the right here. Are we? Yeah, so I guess Martin is currently sleepage, so we won't be doing the review immediately here. Right, sadly. Sad music playing, perfect. They got isekai here. Alright. They got isekai, but they got isekai in a new, interesting way, okay? They got isekai in a new, interesting way, okay? A plane lost a little piece of metal. Alright, it fell off. Came down like a bullet. Alright. And it went through his window, broke a glass of water, right? And then he slipped on the water and unfortunately, you know, he passed away that way and got isekai'd somewhere. That is most likely what happened. That's what I'm going to assume happened. All that, let's see here. You know, ripping chat for Martin here. Gone but not forgotten here. Gone but not forgotten. Alrighty then. Oops, that's the wrong person. Alrighty then. Then the first person for today. The first thing I see today is a Yao Yao. Alright. Wait, why is your Ito leveling up your Shao? Alright. Alright, so let's see here. Thai Gaming. I just need you to type in chat so I know you're here. Ooh, HP for the black tassel. Nice. C1, nice. A Millilith set here. Okay, with the E, it should be able to keep it for the most part. Well, wait. Let me read up on Yao Yao real quick here. I gotta check a couple things here while we wait for their response here. All right, let's see here. Yao Yao, what do you scale with? I know it's HP for the most part. Alright, that's attack. The healing is based on HP. Alright. This one is Legacy White Jade healing. So HP based healing and attack based elemental skill. Okay, cool. What's this? Let's see. White Jade Radish Explode. AoE. Regain 1 HP. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Basically, HP for healing. Attack for damage, a mixture of both for a hybrid build. Alright, simple enough. Simple enough here. Now, is Thai Gaming actually here or not? Because then if Thai isn't here, our first person will be Elise. I know! Jesus, they don't even... Listen. You guys already know, I do my daily grind first, and then I go from there. And if there's no one, we're just literally gonna go to the RNA quest. Like, that's literally what we're gonna do at this point. Because I still need to finish the little party thing. I'm at the party part of the quest, where you're just helping all the little guys. And it seems like a pretty big event, so I'm like, alright. We are getting there. What up, Red Ben? How you doing? Alright, well, we'll wait for any one of the reviewers to come up, and then we'll do theirs here. Let's see here then. So then, sir. Doing good so far, yeah. It's Thursday. It's a very chill day, right? A lot of rain in my area, unfortunately. Kind of makes it like, I don't know. Usually the rain kind of messes me up for some weird way. Can't believe there's no reviews. Well, there's 3 pending. It's just they're not here at the time. I know. I know. Alright, cool. So where's Aranene at? I gotta do the party here, so we'll go over here and do that now. Do you have Ito? Yes, I do. Ito right here. This is my Ito. There you go. Red horn, haver, and such, triple crown, all that good stuff. Alright, C4, etc., etc. Yeah, I actually have one of the top ranked Itos too. Don't know why, but I do. Hold up, where's the celebration at? I think it's in the middle over here. Now let's see here. Let's get that Pokemon music going on here, shall we? Where's my Gen 3 here music? Get me back here. Boom.
Every journey has its final day. Don't run.
Alright. What's all you doing, Jules? How you doing? Jules, Roy. Alright, I think we have some kind of concert in the middle here. I think this is what we were waiting for. Maybe maybe not. Is that Emerald? Yes, that's right, baby. Yes, it is. Emerald music is the whole playlist here. You already know. I've been on that Pokemon nostalgia trip recently. Also, it's like a 2-hour playlist, so it's like perfect for the stream. Doing good, doing very, very good here. Sadly, my Noelle is only rank 3 now. I've fallen off a little bit. I guess I have to go back to hard farming her for a while. But good news is we're like 1 upgrade away from basically being rank 1 again, so I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Just one random day, unassuming day, you know? Now let me see here. Friends, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Quests, here we go. Where is the quest for the Aranene? We shall sing together.
Boats are made.
Am I just supposed to play with the lyre? Yeah, probably it, huh?
And those that come across Leo
The lyre.
tend to stay a while. So it is. Many things
All
have been
right.
said.
All right. Looks like this quest will soon be done. Hold up. The old dog wants some attention here. Oh, we got a concert. Hold up. Hold up. Let me hear this. Ooh, wait. The song is actually nice. Hold up. Does C6 Noelle need crit circle or defense circlet? There is literally almost not a single time in which defense circlet would be better. Crit is a lot better. Like I don't recommend ever running a defense one unless you're going for like a healer build specifically. Nice. Nice song, nice song. You're welcome, Anonymous. Alright, simple song, liked it, I liked it. I wonder what they would sound like if they were actually voiced. How much more of his quest do I need? Also, again, we are looking for either Martin, Ty, or Elise to show up here. Your reviews are hot and ready here. Who's got to show up? Alright. So if they show up, let me listen, chat. I'm not gonna notice, so if they show up, let me know. Alright, we've made progress. What now? How much longer is this godforsaken quest here? Like a Pikachu voice? Possibly. Alright, where are you guys at? Oh, you guys are up there? Okay, I'll get up there. And you give a dog a little attention and they want more. Damn. Come on, little buddy. Come on, little buddy. They actually know my name. No more Golden Nara. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna outlive the Aranana no matter what. I appear to be an immortal being. What up, Panzer? How you doing? Doing good. Just kind of stuck in the rain here. At least like the bad part of it went away. Like today was the storm portion of it. Yesterday was the wind portion of it before the actual rain. And that was awful, dog. I could not sleep. Is that a Pokemon theme in the background? Yes, it is. I like the Pokemon music. It's Gen 3. It's literally the whole playlist. So it's like, it just very calmly in the background. Is it just because Gen 3? When are you going to start reviews? I don't know. Chat, should I start reviews? We actually already started reviews, like 15 minutes ago, but nobody was here, so we just went to the RNA quest. We're like, alright. We're literally like, alright, we got 3 people here. We're like looking for any of them. No one showed up. I'm like, alright, well, whatever. We'll do the RNA quest in the meantime. So then at least you're the first one to show up here, so you actually get to be first. Oh, no worries. It's literally like, I do the RNA quest. It's stuff to do. No reviews? Yeah, there is reviews. The queue is actually currently open. The queue is open here. It should be at least. I'm pretty sure. I saw people redeem. It's just no one. Well, I guess 3 people have redeemed. So now we're gonna get to Elise then. Elise, she'll be the first person for tonight with a Nilou review. Nice. No reviews going on. Oh, I was about to say, it's like you can join in if you want, dog. Don't worry. They changed the LP gains, like a mega overhaul, Asher, or like a slight overhaul? You got a Dendro artifact? That's nutty. Nice. All right. Well, at least the upside to the EM farming is that once you get the EM main set, the subsets don't matter that greatly. Now on Traveler specifically, you do want energy recharge like crazy, but even without it, you could probably make it work. You were getting 15 LP, now it is 25. Okay, is that not technically a good thing, Asher? That's a good thing, right? That's not a bad thing, is it? Here's Noelle, pre C6 to DPS character, because yours is only C1. For the most part, C6 is a really, really strong constellation, right? Um, okay, if you want to build like a hyper carry Noelle, C6 is like pretty important. Now, ultimately, if you do build Noelle as a DPS, C6 is pretty important. But if you want to use her as a non-DPS and have her be a driver for like a Hyper Bloom team or a Burgeon team, that usually works out pretty well, right? It's like it's a build where Noelle doesn't deal that much damage, but she's a really great anchor for the team, and it makes sure that you have a shield consistently, so that way your damage doesn't ever kill you. So if you want to build like one with Goro, Yunjin, and Zhongli, for example, to buff Noelle, C6 is usually what you would want to have. But if you don't, just build like a Hyper Bloom team or a Burgeon team for Noelle, and she'll usually do great as being the front line. I don't agree. Yeah, you are correct. Again, you can pretty much make anything work, right? But it's just like realistically for... What are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about, so they want to know building Noelle as a DPS pre-C6 is super worth it. And I just tell people, it's like, well, if you're willing to play like a Burgeon or Hyper Bloom team, then Noelle can technically be your DPS, right? She's great for that. But realistically, if you want to make her like a hyper carry, it's a little bit better to have C6. My mommy is on the red-haired dude to win. Oh, my money. Jesus Christ. I heard that so wrong. Holy shit. Okay, we'll take care of this at some other point. Alright, let's go to give the review, shall we? Yeah, I think the red-haired guy is probably going to win. Like, there is no way that I see the red-haired guy not winning, alright? The red-haired guy is going to lose the red-haired guy kind of thing, you know? Noelle can use free-to-play weapon without red horn or BP weapon. Yes, the weapon you normally want to run on Noelle is White Blind, if you want to make her a DPS. But if you're going to have her be a DPS, White Blind. If you don't want her to be a DPS and you want her to be a driver, like with a Hyper Bloom team or a Burgeon team, then you would actually typically want to run a Favonius Greatsword for the energy that you get from it. Yeah, Zacharoni, we got the queue open right now, so let's see here. Okay, cool. So, let me double check my fish. Let me make sure it's ready yet. Alright, we need a little more here. Alright, so the first review of the day. Jesus. Will be... yeah, I'll play the song right now. Elisa's Nilou. Oops. Copy that. Listen, Asher, I literally thought your mom had money bet on it. I'm like, damn, your mom read One Piece. That's pretty sick. Alright, Nilou, where'd you go? There you are. Alright, Nilou. The Hydro Dancer here. Noelle has a big boom boom club and hit that sounds pretty DPS to me, right? Yeah, that is true. Basically a DPS build, right? It's closer to a tank, you know, like literally, like a very slow attack, very strong hits, and very tanky. Literally, it's called a tank. Lumine's charge attacks are actually slightly stronger than Aether's. I think the reason I pick Lumine is just because I don't know, sometimes I pick like women characters for main ones. Like in Pokemon, I usually pick like May or Dawn whenever I did play. I enjoyed that. For a couple competitive games, I did play female characters, but for like when I play Call of Duty, obviously male characters and shit like that. Dependent on the game. Me like rock? Hell yeah, she is a rock character indeed. Alright, so what are you doing with this Nilou here? So now, Nilou is typically a bloom setup here. Right, it's typically only a bloom setup here. A specialized bloom setup. Would you rather run around staring at a guy's butt or a girl's butt? Well, to be fair, these characters are actually pretty conservative in the way that they dress, so you don't really see butt for the most part. You know, it's like an anime game, but it's like it strays a little bit away from that anime trope. Now, from what I've seen in the beta, like, they weren't like that. Apparently in the beta, like, okay, listen. Apparently in the beta, Ayaka just ran around with no shorts. It was just panties. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I remember that? Do I remember that right? In the beta, I think, like, one of the things that was, like, true was that, like, you could literally see Ayaka's panties. Like, she didn't wear shorts or like that. You know what I mean? It's like, clearly they had an idea for what they wanted to do, but they chose not to, I suppose. But it's like, you know, it's pretty interesting, right? Because, like, clearly they probably had an intention of doing that, but then they chose not to. Alright, listen. So for Nilou, it's pretty simple here, okay? We need HP like crazy. Alright, because she turns HP into EM here. I'm going to assume you're running literally a bloom setup, right? Like her super bloom setup, but I don't know what it's called, whatever. We're going to be looking for a mixture of EM and HP, okay? Energy recharge is also great. Alright, and if you decide to go for like a crit build, go for it, but you can't really crit with the blooms, to be honest here. The crit is for her Q. Yeah, that's hella copium, dog. Alright, so the first piece, damn. Okay, cool. So that's what we're looking for. HP, energy recharge, basically for the most part. Elemental mastery also being a great stat. So a pretty good start here. 20% HP. That should be 3 upgrades and then 1 energy recharge roll. So quite literally, the stats you did roll into are 4 out of 4. They're all great upgrades for her. And then to some degree, defense percent. Like, listen. Okay. Defense percent is almost never the best thing for most characters, but for Nilou, who has like 60k, 50k HP typically, like in a typical build, right? The defense percent is worth a lot more, right? Because like it turns your 50k HP into like 70k HP if you take resistance and like damage reduction into account, right? So it's got value for sure. So very nice. I love that. That's a great start. It also has tenacity, which is one of her onset pieces. And yeah. Is Nilou a DPS or a support? She's neither. She's like an on-field character. How do you say it? Because like she herself doesn't deal damage, but her blooms do like crazy. All right, now this. Okay, crit rate, crit damage. Again, a very interesting one here. What up, Kirk? Love the chill stream. Well, thank you. Now, listen. Again, we mostly want HP and energy recharge and stuff, right? Which is pretty nice here. You have 2 of your 4 upgrades into HP and HP percent. Obviously, HP percent, especially on Nilou, who has like 17k base HP or something like that. Right, and then 6.6, 14. So again, listen, the crit stats could be useful, but again, you need to have enough crit stats to make crit stats worth it, okay? What I mean is like, listen, if your crit rate is 10%, your 300 crit damage is not super valuable, right? It's like you need to get to a point where you have like 50% crit rate and 100% crit damage for it to start being worth it, right? So it's like for now, not super valuable rolls that specifically, but again, you have HP and HP, so not a real problem there. After that, what we got here? Your off piece is, okay, listen, again, crit stat. Crit stats are obviously optional. Now, I'm pretty sure her skills actually scale on her HP, so I'm not sure attack percent is that great overall. Now again, if there's more crit stats in here, that'll be nice. It'll increase your damage overall and possibly make your other crit stats more worth it. Isn't the best go 1-3 crit? You can go, I usually say 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 typically. HP for the main stat, obviously that's really what matters here. That is your off piece here. And again, like I would consider your ER roll overall the most valuable. You have no artifacts. Yeah, for now it's better to have the HP main stat overall. But again, you literally have an ER roll right there, so not really a problem. Not really a problem, right? Now I will tell you this much though, for like a Zhongli, if it wasn't for this set specifically, it would be pretty great because you can get use out of the attack percent on his burst, which has a decent scaling on it. The ER, crit rate, crit damage, you know. Pretty great piece overall, just not on Nilou specifically. And then right here, you're looking for just HP. Wow, you are getting lucky with crit. You're getting insanely lucky with crit stats on some of these. That is 2 upgrades there, 1 upgrade there, and you have 1 more upgrade available. So you could hopefully, hope for EM or ER. These would be like the ideal ones. Crit stats would just be a little excessive at this point, but not bad though. That's a max crit damage one and 2 upgrades. Hoping for EM for the most part, yeah. I wish you the best of luck on that endeavor here. And then you have 1 more upgrade here. Ooh, okay, congrats. 2 of your 3 rolls so far have gone into energy recharge, so that's great. That's basically what you're looking for. And then hopefully your last roll at plus 20, obviously you're going to want that energy recharge, okay? Now, we don't care about the crit rate or crit damage at this point. There isn't enough to make it valuable. We're not going to worry about that for the most part. Very nice. Great elemental mastery. Sorry, great elemental mastery, 23. That's something. Energy recharge, 42%. Looking very nice as well. Total build gives you over 50k HP, 254 elemental mastery from just your weapon, substats, and artifact sets here. So that looks pretty nice too. Alright. Everything looks great here. 1 on the crit damage. What? 1 on the crit damage. Oh yeah, like I said, 2 out of your 3 upgrades so far rolled into energy recharge. The other one was crit damage here. Alright, hold up. I got my dog on my lap here. Let me get rid of him. Leo, besito. Alright. I gave him his attention. Alright, that aside here. Now the side pose moonlight I actually do like quite a bit here. Now let's see here. So because your EM ends up being like what? Like 600 with your weapon and everything? With your passive and everything? Something ridiculous, right? It is quite nice. Obviously this will end up giving a bunch of energy recharge to the rest of the team as well. Are you a Spanish native? No, I'm straight up Mexican. Listen, I've been told I look Filipino a lot. I look Asian a lot for some reason. I'm straight up Mexican, dog. Dendro resistance or Dendro resonance is 120 EM. Just from that alone, damn. Alright, duly noted. Now that I don't have a criteria for Nilou specifically, typically, right? I just like energy recharge and HP for the most part. Now that if I were to judge you, which I can't technically, you're not level 20 yet, so can't really give you a rating, but I'd probably be putting you closer to like the 8 or 9 range if I were to rate you, okay? Your defense is also plus 69. Nice, so you would also pass the test, obviously, but obviously, listen, like I said, at least until you have like straight up an actual full completed plus 20 set, I can't give you a full rating here. But your English? It's because I grew up here, or no, okay, so I was born here, right? Like the first 3-4 years of my life, I was here in the States, and then I moved down to Mexico for about 3 years, which was during my development, like literally when I was like 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old. So I did like kindergarten in Mexico, and I learned Spanish. Obviously, my parents spoke mostly Spanish, or basically only Spanish at some point for me when I was down there. So I learned Spanish in Mexico, and then when I came over here, I didn't know English as a result, so I had to learn to speak English. And obviously now I can speak English just fine. Yeah, it's like interesting, you know? Would you be pulling for Dia? No, I'll literally be pulling for Ayaka. Filipino, basically is Spanish, but living on Asia. Yep. Desierto, yeah. Alright, cool. Alright, beautiful. That aside, listen, again, I can't give you the rating, but, you know, you already know. You'd be around the 8 or 9 typically, but I would take away a point, or would I? Damn, look at that. Max stamina, good job. Okay, yeah, 8 or 9 typically. Desierto de Flamas. Okay, let's see here. Okay, oh yeah, let me give you guys an update here. So we are, listen, I think we are going to be hard whaling for Ayaka. My Ayaka is currently C0, and the goal is C4. So we are going to have quite a bit of wishing done when Ayaka does release. I've decided for the world record attempts, we're gonna do the C4 Ayaka route. We're gonna go for the C4 Ayaka route with the Freedom Sworn, with the C2 Klee as well. So we are gonna be doing a lot of wishing. Ayaka is in Geo. It's because her C4 offers the defense shred that we are looking for. And ultimately, I trust BGM's calculation here. He said that the C2 Klee plus Ayaka C4 was the best combo for it. And thinking about it, I was like, okay, Nahida, I was like looking at the numbers, Nahida and Lisa could get me to what I need to, but just barely, right? So like, if let's say I break it with Nahida, but just barely, right? And then they end up hitting a higher hit, then the only way to move forward at that point is to get C4 Ayaka and C2 Klee. So at this point, I literally just need to get the best setup possible, so that way I never have to go back. What is your point? I did not give you a rating because you don't have a full plus 20 set. But I would probably put you around the 8 or 9 range here. Now hold up, we had some song requests here, and let me take care of this. So we have Driftvale City. Give me a second here, we got some song requests here. Take care of those right now.
Which should I choose? It's been getting quite busy recently. You're also here for Mondstadt's Wine,
What up, Panzer? Okay, cool, got it. Then Martin, we were looking for you actually. Alright, so we're still on reviews here. So Martin, you were the first one we were looking for here. We did find you now, finally, so we can get your Alhaitham done. Best city theme? I never really played Black or White. I stopped on Diamond and Pearl, basically. They were my last generation games for Pokemon, so I don't have any attachment, unfortunately, to Gen 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, or whatever they're on right now. And also, I actually played Blue with the, Game Boy, the Game Boy, right? But I never had like a Game Boy Advance at the time where Red and Green came out. What's it called? It was Red and Green, right? After. I might be making that up. So I never got to play Gen 2, so I never had any attachment to that either. So like Gen 3 is just my favorite because that's when I got my DS and I started playing Pokemon again, which is pretty cool. Ito, come home. I don't see an Ito here. Power, I don't know if that's just a general word or you're into Chainsaw Man. You never know. You never know. Now let's see here. Sithe, Driftvale, Elise. Alhaitham, okay, got it. You've never played Pokemon? Oh, interesting. That makes sense. It makes sense every now and then. Not everyone can play Pokemon. Power is hot. I think... Listen, you guys want to have a discussion on Power from Chainsaw Man? I don't think she would be a great partner. I don't think so, dog. Like, she is physically attractive, but she's very clearly shown to be, like, non-sympathetic. Like, she would not care about you, unfortunately, you know? She actually derives a lot of pleasure because she's a devil from people suffering, so I don't think you'd, like, enjoy it that much overall. She's very... From what I understand, non-hygienic, which is pretty bad for people, typically. But, I mean, if you're talking about is she hot? Yeah, she's pretty attractive. And I'm not gonna lie. And I like the very weeby attitude. You know what I mean? I like the very weeby attitude, though. Because it's like... She has, like, a very strong confidence about her. And I like her confidence and, like, basically how weeby she is, you know, literally. I like that. Like, she would be, like... the type of person to go to a convention like in cosplay and be all out. Makima, listen, hold up. Okay, listen, for Makima, obviously I started watching Chainsaw Man at some point. I completed it, not the manga, just the anime or whatever. But for some reason, because I started watching on TikTok like random clips of Chainsaw Man, at some point I got to one of those videos that's like, oh, did you know that the author of Chainsaw Man confirmed that Makima has a strap on? I was like, okay, cool. I guess she's a dominant type. So if you're into dominant women, hey, there you go. But she seems to be pretty manipulative though. So it's like the only one I like. Listen, I actually like Kobeni before anything else. You know, I liked like Kobeni's shyness before she was cool. All right, I was like, I like this character. I think she's pretty funny. Like, she seems the most normal out of all the characters. You know what I mean? Like, I like this girl. Alright, cool. So now all daddy here. We got the Light of Foliar, which I think is his best in slot at the end of the day. 888, so basically the free-to-play triple crown. Very nice. Now then, we are looking for a mixture of crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. Sorry, Elemental Mastery, Energy Recharge is somewhat useful as well, as he does have like I think an 80 burst cost or something like that, something insane. After that, we pretty much don't need HP or defense for the most part, right? Kimona was good too. Yeah, she was cool too. Yeah, I remember. Be careful with links here, guys. Looks like it's safe for work, so we should be good. Anyways, aside from that, let's go ahead and check it out. Ooh, okay, good first piece here. So we have a 3-line start here. 2 upgrades of crit rate, 1 of crit damage, 1 of energy recharge. So all 4 rolls are absolutely useful in this case. It also is one of your onset pieces, and it's over 35 crit value. In fact, 35.8 crit value. So it's a great start here. Great start. All right, very simple. After that, okay, the next one. Ooh, okay. Another decent one here. So we have 3 upgrades of crit, 2 of HP, and no attack percent upgrades here. So it is a 4 start with what I'm going to call 3 out of 5 upgrades overall. Again, we don't care about HP now. However, I do like that it's 777 though. Love that number. And then the attack percent is an additional little bonus, which is pretty nice. Your crit value overall for this piece is what? 31.1. So you are over 30 crit value on your second piece as well. When is God going to invent girls with horns IRL? You never know. We might evolve into that. Alright, so far so great. So far so great. Beautiful pieces. Now right here, Elemental Mastery. Okay. I don't know at what point Elemental Mastery is better than attack percent overall. Now obviously he does get a lot of use out of the EM. And if you are running a very consistent spread team, you would appreciate the EM for the bonus damage here. So nothing too bad in my opinion here, but I like that. All right. Now for the substats here, a lot of energy recharge, a lot of crit rate, and 1 missed defense 1. Again, we didn't really care about either of these 2. And ultimately, you ended up with 4 upgrades that were useful, which is pretty nice. 20 crit value, timepiece, onset. All right, cool. All right, pretty simple here. Now we are looking for Dendro here, hopefully. Damn, okay, listen. Great news for you. Your Dendro piece is looking quite nice. So it is onset, which is always pretty rare. You ended up with 3 upgrades of energy recharge, putting you at a fairly comfortable ER point here. You shouldn't have too much trouble getting your burst up semi-consistently here, so that's pretty nice. And then your other missed roll was crit damage, which is obviously a good roll here. Overall, like 19.4 crit value, so that's pretty nice too. And then no attack rolls at all, so that's also great. Have you seen the 1000 EM I'll hide them? I have not seen how he performed, is that, but if that's what you're asking here. For your headpiece, damn, even more energy recharge. What up, Mashio? Even more energy recharge. Yeah, your Alhaithams like ER is going to be absolutely wonderful. Your 2 upgrades into crit damage were almost max as well. You were just 1 off as well. And then attack percent was your other miss roll. Obviously, HP being the least valuable in here. So like all 5 of your upgrades went into the correct stats here. So an overall great off piece. That is an off piece indeed there. Thank you, Prater. Thank you. It is pretty cold, and the hot tea does help me speak for a bit longer. It's like a lubricant for my throat. Now we had a second song request here. Lon's theme, Hard Gold. Okay, here, hold up. Alright, obviously talking about Pokemon can be pretty controversial here, but what's the best Pokemon champion theme? Like, I've always had an inclination, and I'm biased as shit here, for Steven, okay? For the Sapphire and Ruby final boss here. I care about those. Jenny, you think? Cynthia's pretty bomb too. Alright, cool. I don't know what you speak of. Oh yeah, because you don't play Pokemon. My bad, guy. My bad. Didn't mean to alienate you, but this is how it goes sometimes. Alright, so 192 crit value. 64 ER, love that. 187 EM from the timepiece, very nice. Putting you at 73 to 200, so that's pretty good. That's like 1 to 2.8, which is nice. Your ER is definitively in a great spot here. There should be no burst problems here overall. Elemental Mastery of 267. Whatever. 267. Oh, right, the 2-piece bonus. Okay, cool. You only had Emerald? Yeah, listen, that's still one of my... Listen, the one thing I don't like literally, the one thing I don't like about Emerald is that for some reason, they decided to make Wallace the 8th gym leader and the champion. That just didn't make sense to me. Like, I get it. They probably wanted to make sure there were some changes in the game, but I think specifically making Wallace the champion just didn't make sense to me. I just beat his butt. Why do I need to beat him again? Alright, that aside here. Very nice. Okay, cool. Now then, we're going to rate your character here, obviously based on a couple things. Your crit value, overall stats, useful stats, for example, as well are pretty important to me. And how many upgrades you missed, more or less, right? Because you missed at least like 2 rolls there, you missed a roll there, etc., etc. All that taken into account here. Normally, your crit value would land you in the 7 range. But you are very close. You are extremely close, okay, to that 8 range. So because your ER is absolutely like disgustingly high, and I love that for Alhaitham, alright? That is worth a point to me. You also have a decent amount of EM as well, so that is worth a point to me as well. So I'm willing to literally jump you up 2 scores here because I think your Alhaitham will be extremely consistent overall. Like, I don't see a problem with him. And most of your upgrades, all but 3 basically went directly into useful stats. So I think a 9 will be a fair starting point for you. Alright? Steven becomes the end game. Yeah, because you get to fight Steven after like everything, but still, he should have been the champion. I liked him as a champion. Alright, cool. That aside here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So starting with a 9 here. Go ahead and do some skill checks real quick. So 1, you are adventure rank 57, so you need to have max stamina. Good, you passed the first test. You wouldn't believe how many people don't pass the first test, alright? Now, you already know we're looking for that 69, that 404, that 420, or that 777. Alright, you already know. Hold up, let me see here. Let's put Cynthia's battle theme real quick. Hold up a second. Whoops, I fucked something up here. What did I hit? Yeah, it's got thick energy recharge there. This one's pretty pog too. Alright, cool. Alright, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, sorry, we were here, my bad. We're looking real quick. Boom, the 7777 right there, baby. He does pass the skill check on that alone. I also think that is his only pass overall as well. Yeah, that looks to be just the one here. Alright, beautiful. So, your final score from me will be a 9 out of 10. Beautiful Alhaitham here. Beautiful, beautiful Alhaitham here. Congratulations. Alright, we're making progress here. Listen, it only took us an hour to do 2 reviews. Not too bad.
Don't rush.
That's pretty good pace for us. You know, that's like world record pace for us here. Alright, so the people we are currently looking for. Thai Gaming, we are still looking for you for your Yao Yao review. If they are not here, then the next person would be Zacharoni.
This wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Also, yeah, listen. I'm gonna need like 400 wishes to C4 Ayaka, by the way. But I think for the first time in a long time, we are actually gonna set a goal. We're gonna need to set a goal here for my my funds here. I'm gonna set a $5 goal for my Ayaka wishes here. We have 4 weeks to get enough here. But I mean, obviously I'm just gonna, no matter what, I'm gonna fund it myself. But currently, well, let's see, we're at 15k primos just about, 17 wishes here. I think the shop will reset by the time they come around as well, so we'll have these as well. We have quite a few in stock here. Our pity's like at 20, so we're not in a bad spot here either. What up, Bright? We're in the middle of reviews right now. It's a Thursday. It's not a long stream, but you know we haven't seen people in a while here. Chicken butt. All right, so I don't see Thai Gaming yet, so I guess we'll be doing Zacharoni's Lisa here. Megumin, you just got Hu Tao. Ooh, nice. Congratulations. Alright. Alright. When did he hit standard banner? Yes. Alright, let's see. Zacharoni's Lisa here. C3, that is some serious whale activity. No cap, alright. Triple Crown. Okay, listen, there is some love put into this one, I see. Witsith, which is actually a great weapon for her. Back in the day when, let's be honest here, Electro had no good reactions, right? That weapon was not always the greatest because it gave EM a third of the time, which is not something you wanted. We got the Lance theme already. Okay, cool, so we'll go back to this. Just lucky, I know. I'm mostly kidding. I wasn't expecting Ayaka to rerun next patch. Yep. Me neither. Where's the skin? Listen, the Librarian OG one here is pretty nice. I'm gonna say for C4 Ayaka. I've decided I am going for C4 Ayaka. Unfortunately, circumstances have made it so that I need to do it, you know? I thought about it very long and hard. And I've decided if I'm gonna go and try and beat the world record, then I just have to go for the best possible setup. So that is what we are currently on right now. Alright, that aside here, this should be, I'm going to assume like an Aggravate Lisa here, with apparently a burst orientation. So we are going to be looking for a mixture of crit rate, crit damage, elemental mastery. Not too much energy recharge. In a double electro team, you should be fine. With just even a small amount here. After that, we don't need HP or defense for the most part. Alright. Attack percent is obviously also great. Looking at your first piece here. Ooh, okay, so 2, 1, 1. So it's a 3-line start with 4 out of 4 upgrades. Beautiful. What is that? 34.2? Yeah, 34.2 crit value. Okay, cool. It is a start here. Pretty simple, pretty simple. You never got a 5-star catalyst, so I use Witsith. Honestly, I think one could make an argument that the Witsith is closer to a 5-star weapon than a lot of things here. Alright, like unironically, it's a really great weapon. It's like actually like a pretty decent weapon, and then the passive is just insane. Although it's not 100% uptime, it's still pretty great. You're trying to stay above 100k primos? Why you gotta flex, dog? Why you gotta flex? Alright, listen. I only have like 16k, 15k at this point, dog. I'm like broke. I'm broke on them primo gems. Alright, next piece here. Alright. Even though I don't think you need too much energy recharge, it doesn't hurt to have it. And specifically with this set, you do get a bonus damage from the 4-piece set, so not a real problem there. You got 4 upgrades overall, 1 into crit rate, 3 into ER. So all 4 rolls are useful, which is nice. And then you have a little bit extra attack percent, and we don't care about the HP. Alright, beautiful. Okay. Overall, a great piece as well. Okay, so far so good, Zach. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Damn, okay. Energy recharge main stat and 19.4 crit rate. That is pretty nutty. And again, the attack percent is also pretty nutty too. It's nice to have both those combinations. Now 19.4, what does that mean? 38.8. Okay, so I'm pretty sure 38.8 is the highest you can get. Okay, so listen, this is either the most insane 3-line that I've seen in a long time, or it's a 4-line start with like normal crit rolls. I don't know which of the two, because 19.4 is technically 4 max upgrades in a row with a max crit rate roll from the start. It's literally like 5 crit rate rolls in a row that are max. Alright, so Zacharoni, I need to know. Do you remember if this piece right here was a 3-line start or a 4-line? Because if it's 3-line, it is absolutely insane that you got 5 max crit upgrades in a row. That is insane. Even without that, even if it's a 4-line, it's still pretty insane. That's that 1 in 1,000 luck, you know? But congratulations. It is actually quite beautiful, especially since you're going to have a crit damage weapon. Obviously, crit rate is a pretty valuable stat overall. Damn. Listen. Then you listen. It's not too long. Like, listen, I've seen 11.6. You know, I've seen 11.7. I've seen 15.6, but I've never seen 19.4. on a 3-line start. So you have an extremely rare piece. Like, it's obviously pretty rare to get 4 rolls of 1 in general, but having 5 max rolls in a row is extremely rare, okay? So congratulations on that, alright? That is a beautiful piece, sir. That is probably your rarest piece, I'm going to assume at this point. And then the next one here, okay, cool, so you did get an onset one for the most part. It appears that 2 of your upgrades overall did go into useful stats. Obviously, defense not really that great. And double max attack percent roll, which is pretty nice. Alright, pretty simple. Congratulations. Obviously, this is enough for the most part for most goblets, so it's very nice. I'm still thinking about that. Still thinking about that, dog. The first 19.4 I've seen with a 3-line start. Congratulations. And then right here, attack percent. I see the idea. Ultimately, attack percent is a DPS stat, crit rate, crit damage, max roll, a lot of elemental mastery as well, so it's mostly useful stats across the board here. That is 3 upgrades, 1 upgrade, so it is a 3-line start with 4 out of 4 upgrades, so I can see the value in it. Would it be better than just running... Now, if you do have an attack booster on the team, that would help a lot, I'll be honest, because you definitely do need some attack in the build for sure. Because you are running ER here, you need to make up for it somewhere. It might have been better to make up for it in the goblet slot, possibly, instead of the headpiece here, but if it works, it works, alright? If it works, okay? Now your crit value is a little bit low for now, 47, so 94, 100, 120, so 120.6 crit value. 72 ER is a fantastic amount. Love that. That'll be very consistent. 114 elemental mastery. ER isn't worth the 4 set, you think? No, I think ER is absolutely worth it here, right? On top of that, Witzith has a very low base attack. Well, actually, no, 510 is actually pretty mid-grade because I'm pretty sure it goes from like 454 to 510 to like 565. So it's like literally in the middle for 4 stars here. It's like I would recommend crit stats, and then if possible, just have something like a Sarah, a Bennett, some form of attack boosting character on the team, just to make up the difference here. Now, obviously, you can build whatever you want, but I think your Lisa's in a pretty good spot regardless here. Ultimately, it's a good headpiece. It's just I think you can get more out of a different setup overall. That being said, all that being said here, what are we at here? 60. All right. So we are at 52 to 131, so a great ratio here, not too bad. It's like 1 to 2.4, 1 to 2.5-ish. 192 energy recharge. Okay, you are definitively like an off-field sub DPS here, which is pretty nice. 210 elemental mastery, and okay, cool. Everything looks good here. They're useful at Z0. Yeah, the only reason that Sarah is hard to use pre-C2 is because you need to do the charge attack to set up the burst, or so the attack boost. Because the way Sarah works before C2 is that after you use your E, you need to shoot a charge attack at the ground, and then your buff will go off, right? But once you get C2, casting your E literally drops. Casting your E, it becomes the buff itself. Before C2, you need to use a charge attack after using the E to get the buff. So C2 is just like a really, really nice little change, right? Because it's like you cast E and then boom, you have the buff available. So, you know, you can make her work at C0, but just know you have to charge attack with her to get the buff for the rest of your team. That aside here, I don't know if Lisa Burst does snapshot. If it does happen to snapshot, then hey, that's going to be great, because obviously you'll capture all that buff for all that time here. Your attack is going to go a little bit down once you remove the piece, but again, an attack buffer will make up the difference overall. Outside of that, if I were to judge your character today, I actually would have a lot of problems judging it, alright? Just because the off piece right here is like, I wouldn't consider like the greatest thing in the world overall. It's really hard to judge your character, right? It is very hard to judge your character. Now, if you were to run a crit head piece, like a crit rate 1 or crit damage or whatever, there actually would be a number I could look at. You would have around like 62 grid value minimum, right? which would put you like another 40 above this. So it's like we had 40 of this, you'd be like in the 160 mark at least. That would normally put you around like the 6 range or so. Normally, right? And I'd probably boost you up to a 7, possibly an 8, probably a 7 though, based on your ER, because I do love the ER on your build here. Very nice. Yeah, I would probably put you around the 7 range ultimately and go from there. Now I would have to skill check you, obviously you already know, max stamina, boom. After that, the 69, 404, 420 check. Do you have it? I actually don't think you did, right? I actually don't think you did. Right, from the looks of it here. Yeah, and well, no, not no crit. You have 52, which is actually a pretty decent amount. Now, you were to get like a crit rate headpiece, you'd have like 70 to around like 180, which would be pretty nice actually. That'd be pretty nice. Let's see here. 10 more points. End stream immediately so that he never gets his review. Alright, anyways. Okay, so you don't have an actual skill check pass on there. However, luckily for you, Lisa is one of the 2 characters that has a skill check pass in their birthday. Now, obviously, it's completely a coincidence that the, teasing One-chan, like, Ara mommy character that first came out in Mondstadt, that walks around in lingerie for the most part, right, happens to have the birthday of 6-9. So she does typically pass on that alone, and she will pass on that today. So I'm going to give you that 7 out of 10. Yeah, 7 out of 10. No, still great, though. Very nice, very consistent. Again, nothing really wrong with it. It's just, I would recommend a crit headpiece over an attack percent one, although this is a very nice looking attack headpiece. Alright. Alright. Cool. Making progress here. Okay, so we're still looking for Thai Gaming here. We are still looking for Thai Gaming. Let's see here. Megumin asked for a Hu Tao review here. Okay, let's check it out, shall we? Right, baby, that's a C right there. That's a C right there, baby. We're going over to Europe here. Is your attack headpiece good on anyone? If you don't have a crit headpiece, then yeah, that's the important part, right? Like, if you don't have a crit headpiece yet, then it would be an okay piece overall. Like, if the character skills with attack and EM, it's a good piece overall. It's just that there are much better pieces, right? Alright, I'm shutting off the queue right now. No cap, okay. Imagine. I'm shutting off the queue and opening it back up for like $10,000. No cap. Alright, anyways, I got all that done. Alright, so we got Megumin with a Hu Tao one. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, and yeah, in case anyone hasn't heard, we have decided we will be wailing hard for C4 Ayaka here. Yeah, she wouldn't want EM, unfortunately. That is the one thing. That is the one thing here. Alright, so Megumin, hopefully you are here so we can look at her together here. Now then, let's see what we got here. Alright, so they don't know what they are doing 100% from what I understand here. So let's see here. C0, Primordial Jadewing Spear, which is an interesting weapon. It does kind of work against Hu Tao here. Okay, cool. Still a good weapon, though not really a problem with it. Alright, that aside here. 4-piece Crimson Witch. Okay, everything looks good here. Perfect. Okay, cool. So we're going to be looking for a mixture of crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. It's not the worst thing in the world, especially with Primordial Jadewing Spear. Elemental Mastery is great. HP is still great, obviously. The only thing you don't want for the most part is defense, right? Now then. You should still need an HP timepiece for the most part, even without Even without what's it called? Davapoma, right? I think because you're using Primordial Jadewing Spear, you could either run EM or attack percent or HP. Either one of those really works. As long as you have some EM in the build, though, you typically don't need to. You can just go for HP. Now let's see here. So 33.4 crit value on the first piece, with the one miss being Elemental Mastery. Beautiful. That is 4 out of 4 upgrades overall. Obviously, all into good stats here, so very nice. Okay, great start. Pretty simple here. Damn. Okay, 4 upgrades of crit damage on the next piece. For 10 days. Well, so far the results are pretty great. Okay. The results are pretty great for 10 days. Just so you know, you got stupidly lucky here. Yeah, 4 upgrades of crit damage, and that's a 3-line start with 4 to 4 upgrades here. 3.1, 33.4. So you have 39.6 crit value, so 40 crit value overall. Obviously, the HP roll will always be useful no matter what, and the flat HP roll as well. So very nice. Overall, a piece with like mostly useful stats here. So I would say that's like what, 7 rolls of value overall, which is pretty nice. Now, luckily for you, this is very important. Okay, high crit damage on Hu Tao, not always the most preferable thing. All right, because Hu Tao tends to run like a crit damage weapon as her best in slot, and I think her ascension itself is crit damage as well. Usually your crit damage is heavily skewed, right? So having a Primordial Jadewing Spear specifically that balances out your crit rate from the start, right, with the crit rate ascension stat, is very nice, because it allows you to use pieces like this a lot easier, right? Because like if you have 40 crit rate and 300 crit damage, still a good build, but you're losing a lot of potential damage from that really skewed ratio, right? Alright, that aside, beautiful, love that. Next piece here, okay, pretty simple. Okay, that is a boatload of Elemental Mastery. I like that. That should be what? Let me think about it here. So 23. It could be 3 upgrades. Technically speaking, if it was 23, 70, 21. Yeah, so it could be 3 upgrades. I'm pretty sure 3 upgrades and 1 to crit damage here. Your friend told you your account is ruined because you're upset. No. Not really. There's like very specific cases in which it's not a bad thing. There's only a couple things where it's not a good thing, and that's like if you specifically want to play Eula to her max potential. D6 Bennett does cause a little bit of problem because it turns your normals into pyro instead of physical. So and Eula is a physical character, right? So her normals deal a lot of physical damage. So if you turn them into pyro, you lose all that extra damage you could be dealing, right? So for that reason, under that specific circumstance, not the greatest thing in the world, right? Other character, for example, like Ayaka, can also have a bit of an issue. Not usually though. It's just, well, no, not really Ayaka. You can kind of make that work, not a real problem. The other ones who gets it, if you ever wanted to run physical Kaching, for example, obviously you'd have an issue with that because it wouldn't be a physical Kaching, it'd be a pyro Kaching. But for the most part, there are very few cases in which D6 Bennett is actually a problem. Just to be perfectly clear. Like, unless you're the biggest Eula simp and you literally want to get Eula, right? Because you ultimately Bennett C5 and below is like one of the best partners for Eula specifically. In that case, it might suck a little bit because you are going to lose some power even if you use Bennett, right? Like your burst will hit like crazy, but your normal attacks will be a bit weaker overall. But outside of that, not really. Like C6 Bennett is great for most pyro characters, for example, if you want. And I don't know if you play Geo, but certain Geo teams actually do like the C6 Bennett because it lets them use pyro attacks consistently, which are great for certain challenges where you need pyro application. So your friend, I don't know what they think, unless they know you're literally a Eula simp and you want to have the strongest Eula possible. You're fine. Like there's no real problem. Oh, it's because in the community, what's the best way to put it? Because C6 Bennett is great with every single, but like at this point more like 80% of the roster, when he's not C6, when he does get C6, like he makes a little bit of issue with certain team comps. Like if you play Razor, for example, especially because Razor does physical damage, obviously same like with Eula. That would be like a problem too, because then you're gonna literally your hits are gonna explode people away from you and create a gap, right? Which is an issue because you want to be close range with Razor, for example, right? But like it's just like for people who don't play it for a long time and just hear about what people in general say, it's very easy to be like, oh, I heard C6 Bennett is bad, therefore it's bad, right? However, it's case by case. It just depends entirely. Like I think, like for me, for example, I have C6 Bennett, and I have it for a purpose. I play Geo characters, and I do need the Pyro Infusion from time to time for certain challenges. And again, it's literally just like Eula, Razor, and Physical Kaching that realistically get screwed over by it. No one else really gets hurt by it. But don't worry, you're fine. You are fine. There won't be a problem caused with it unless you pick up those characters. In which case, at that point, maybe, you know, it's like shit. Bennett is going to be a little bit of a problem. But outside of that, for almost everyone else, it's fine. Basically, it literally just screws over any physical DPS for the most part. And there's only like 3 of them realistically. Oh, and it has to be a physical DPS that is a Claymore, Spear, or Sword user. Bows and Catalyst don't get affected by it. Alright, beautiful. So anyways, we were on this right here. HP main stat, very nice. It's an off piece. All the rolls onto EM and crit stats again, beautiful. 20.2 crit value. Love it. Alright, beautiful. Beautiful. Your next one here, onset Pyro here. Okay, cool. So obviously crit rate, always great no matter what. Maybe Mika will be good for Eula. The only thing we know about Mika, which was said during the live stream, was that he literally gives a attack speed boost, which is a Eula thing, and he increases physical damage bonus, I think. So he literally sounds, if we're being honest, based on that description from the live stream, that he's literally the Eula physical super support, right? Well, he's the physical super support, but he's basically the Eula support, right? Which is pretty cool. But like, you know, there you go. We're hoping for it, you know? Alright, beautiful. Obviously 3% great attack percent, especially because you have this weapon again, highest base, or second highest base for a spear. So you do get some side of attack percent no matter what. And the headpiece, okay, again, listen, obviously we would prefer like 80%, but because you have Primordial Jadewing Spear with, you know, this higher base attack, it does add some value to attack percent. So there's no real problem with that. It's just there are better stats. But it ultimately is an increase, right? 7, so 2 rolls. What appears to be 2 rolls there. Yeah, so 3 line start with what I'm going to say is 3 out of 4 upgrades. C6 Benny is amazing with Kea. Yeah, but at that point you're playing Meld Kea, right? Not physical Kea, so it does make sense. So, and then not too many of the physical characters can get use out of like a Meld team. Like Eula technically could because she's literally a crowd character, but her kit is physical, so she doesn't in a weird way. In a weird way, she's like her kit theoretically because she's crowd should work with Bennett, but it just doesn't, or C6 Bennett, but it doesn't, right? Unless you want to make like a really powerful like elemental skill Eula or something instead of a burst. Okay, cool. So looking at it all together here, 66.8, 180, 188, 189.6 crit value. Very nice. All right, cool. Everything looks good here. 131 elemental mastery for the most part. The first 100 is, from what I understand, the most important. So nice to see that. Aegis Lilith, thank you for the follow. Okay, cool. And then the overall 60 to 211, 100 ER. Now I like using the burst on Hu Tao typically, but it's entirely a personal choice. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Eula's and Razor's best teams are Hyper Bloom now. Why would Eula run a Hyper Bloom team? For the cryo application? For the fridge setup or what? Also, listen, you can't tell me there isn't something satisfying about hitting like 300, 400k with Eula no matter what. No matter what the meta is, dog. Like, that's gotta be fun no matter what. Okay, your ratio's not too bad. It's like 1 to 3.5, which is a little up there for sure. But that can be fixed over time no matter what. Now, I would recommend a crit rate, like unironically, I would recommend a crit rate headpiece, if possible. I think your ratio being closer to like 85 to like a 170 is a better setup overall, just to make her as consistent as possible, because the 1 to 2 ratio is not like ultimately the most important thing in the world, but in the long run, it is one of the best ways to increase your damage, just to fix up that little ratio, right? Now, for the most part, if you were looking for a crit rate headpiece, let's say, right, you would want like, obviously crit rate with about, because of the attack percent, at least around 21 crit damage or more as a substat. Obviously if you get to like a point where it's like 25, 28, 30, that's definitively an upgrade and you should change out, in my opinion. But if not, if you're cool with 60, hey, go for it. All right, this is also good enough. It's just at some point, if you want to push her further, I think that there's like a little spot for you right there, right? A little possible upgrade for you. How's it going, AGs? How's the stream? It's pretty cool so far. Been pretty chill. Just, you know, Thursday night, just checking out a couple characters here for people. All right, outside of that, everything looks great. Your HP is over 30k, which is typically what you want here. So very nice to see there. Your EM is a little bit over 100, so that's also great. So everything looks good. Not sure what issue you're having here. For the most part, you seem to have built her out properly. Like, you literally know crit stats are important. You know elemental mastery is important. And I don't think a single roll, well, except for the one flat attack right there, realistically missed. I think everything else was useful, right? Yeah, everything else was useful. Okay. Let's see here. All that being said here, so if we look at it realistically here, so 33, 180, 180, what was it, 66, like 189. Okay, cool. So normally you would land in the 7 range for crit value overall from me, right? Typically. Is she usable in floor 12? Yes. With these stats, she should be usable in floor 12. There's no real problem. It's just when you are playing, obviously, Hu Tao, you do have to be able to dodge. And since low HP does give you a damage bonus, you are incentivized to play under 50% HP. So it can be a little risky, obviously. Like if you don't have Daddy Shlong Li, for example, it is very possible to die with Hu Tao, so you just have to be very careful. That aside here, so we started at 7 here, but we're going to go up from there. So then, let's see here. So then, at your current crit value here, alright, it's a 7 here. Your elemental mastery is over 100, which I do value, so that'll boost you up 1 point. But I think we're going to put you right around the 8 range to start here, okay? Almost like an 8+. You're pretty close to a 9, but I'm going to start you off at an 8, okay? What up, Sungjun? How you doing? Alright. Now then, obviously you have to skill check. Yeah, you already know, okay? Adventure rank 56, you're going to have that max stamina. Good job. After that, listen. You already know we're going to need that 69, 404, 420, or 777 somewhere in your build though, okay? That's the one thing that we cannot change. That is one thing that is always constant, okay? The constant things in the universe, the 69 check, you know? Damn, is there not gonna be a pass today? Uh-oh, they might actually not pass today. Uh-oh, what happened? That might be a Ripperino in chat here. Ripperino in chat indeed here. Did I miss something? Nope, I missed nothing. They just simply did not pass. Okay, unfortunately, they did not pass the skill check here. So they will be losing 1 point from their total here. So for me, the final score shall be a 7 out of 10 on the Hu Tao. She's looking great though. She is looking great though. Congratulations. Boom. Boom. Now I will say, currently in the Abyss, floor 12-2 for Hu Tao is a bit of a pain in the butt, okay? Mostly because those 2 mobs are very heavy mobs and their attacks are very much AoE, okay? Very much AoE, alright? So Hu Tao, if you don't have a proper shielder, can have a hell of a hard time. not getting her cheeks clapped and knocked around the entire time. So, you know, you just have to be very wary that you are going to be in a very dangerous spot when you're fighting that specific setup here. Now, if it's not your Hu Tao fighting that side, you should be okay. But just be ready here. That's right, baby. Sandbag. That's right, baby. Ruin your own talents for a skill check pass. Easy. Alright, now Panzer, you asked for a Shao review here. Did I have you added, Panzer? Did I ever add you, sir? I don't have anyone on Europe. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that UID, Panzer, if I don't have you added here. Ah, perfect. We're looking at a Shao of an adventuring 47. All right. All right. Let me find you real quick here. Let me add the paint. Let me make sure they're here. Yeah, you can still die. All right, cool. Duly noted. Well to know here. Well to know. Wait, Hu Tao's E gives... Oh, actually, I didn't know Hu Tao's E gave resistance interruption. I was not aware of that. Duly noted. I knew Rainsword did, but I didn't know Hu Tao's own E did. That's nice to know. Okay, cool. So let's see. Let's find Panzer real quick. Where's the Panzer at? Oh, whoops. Wrong place here. Wrong place. Asia, got it. Listen, I can't remember everything, okay? I can't remember everything. I'm only human, after all. By the way, that has been a meme all over my TikTok recently. The I'm only human, after all. With like an awful caption of some asshole thing someone did. I'm only human, after all. Sounds like an excuse to be an asshole. Alright. Sarah. Alright. What do you got here? Lithic Spear. Okay, cool. Cool. Lithic Spear. Very nice. We are still looking for Thai Gaming, by the way. Thai Gaming, we are still looking for you. Hopefully you come here at some point. After Panther, it's going to be Butter. Butter. Alright, beautiful. Hey, 2 piece per million, looking for a 3 piece. I'm going to assume. We'll check it out right now. C0677. For Shao specifically, he's actually a pretty powerful character for Constellations, but I say if you ever have any energy issues, you could consider a C1 pretty valuable, as it does give you a third E, therefore, you know, literally 50% more particles, which is great. After that, okay, cool. Now then, obviously, I think if you can have at least 3 characters on your team for Shao that are from Leeway, that'd be great. If not, it's still a good weapon. Now then, for the most part, we are going to be looking for a mixture of crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, energy recharge as well. Elemental Mastery isn't entirely worthless. It does have some utility, depending on the team comp. We don't need HP or defense for the most part, though. Alright. On the first piece here, okay, pretty simple here. Crit rate, double extra roll right there. 2 rolls of energy recharge, no upgrades over here. So it is a 3-line start with, but I'm going to consider 4 out of 4 upgrades. Obviously, Shao can get use out of both of these subsets here quite nicely. And if in the future you were to get, like, let's say the Staff of Homelessness, as they call it in some cases, the HP percent would be a nice little bonus, right? So a pretty simple start overall. Pretty nice. Now then, the next piece, okay, cool. So attack percent. It is very distant, which is one of the possible 2-piece sets for Shao. If you choose not to go double 18% attack, 18% with 15% animal bonus is a pretty good choice too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it appears to be 5 upgrades. So it is a 4-line start. I would say 3 of your upgrades overall were decent upgrades. Obviously, we don't care about EM or HP for the most part in this case. That Home on Shao doesn't use his own weapon. No, but if you were, like, let's say you get Primordial Jadewing Spear, that'd be great. But if you get Staff of Homo, for example, that's another great weapon as well, right? It's just like whatever you have, basically, like if you get either one, great. Alright, pretty simple here. Beautiful. 5 rolls of utility overall, I'd say. etc., etc. Now here it has to be attack percent. There is no world in which you don't run attack percent here. Ooh, okay, attack percent with beautiful substats. So, listen, again, if you had Staff of Homa, obviously HP percent is valuable, but without it, it isn't, so we don't gotta worry about that. However, the end result is still 3 upgrades of crit damage with a nice average of 7, so congrats. Putting you at 34.2 crit value and some energy recharge, which Xiao can absolutely get use out of, since he is a burst character for the most part. Okay, beautiful attack percent, excellent. Excellent serve. That is a beautiful timepiece right there. It's also a 2-piece set bonus as well, so it could also be a second 18% set. Assuming you don't get this 4-piece set, this is also an alternative. You know, if you get like a better feather with this set, that would be a good pair with it, right? Now your goblet here is damn. Okay, listen. So, like, okay, you're in a great spot and a bad spot at the same time. All right. So you're in a great spot because you will probably never replace this, right? But that also means you will probably never have an onset goblet. So, you know, you're going to be limited in the way you can build the character. However, if we look at it though, double max attack percent roll, beautiful. 3 upgrades of crit and crit damage, right? Beautiful. So all 4 upgrades are absolutely DPS increases. Both your crit damage upgrades were max, so you got 7.8 twice, so congrats. And the overall value of this piece is like, I think 34.2. Yeah, 34.2, so almost 35 crit value on an off-piece goblet with extra attack percent. So it is absolutely a nutty goblet, all right? So congratulations. You are most likely not replacing this. This is a permanent off-piece. Now, if you do replace it, it's going to have to be like a 40 crit value piece, which is going to be just absurd, all right? But yeah, congratulations. That is probably irreplaceable for a long time, sir. After that, listen, again, I'm more interested in these because these are like the onset pieces that are like, let's say the end goal if you were to go for 4-piece Vermilion hereafter, right? Ooh, okay, beautiful. So crit rate, crit damage. Now, obviously, let's say Xiao's best in slot weapon is the Primordial Jadewing Spear, which it is. It's a crit rate weapon, so a crit damage goblet headpiece is pretty common here, so I do like that. You basically already have it like future-proofed if you ever do get it. The energy recharge and crit rate were the only upgrades overall, so that does give you 4 out of 4 upgrades, so it's a 3-line start, so that's pretty nice. Again, if for some reason you end up with Staff of Homa by accident, like let's say you like wake up in the middle of the night, you start sleepwalking, you go over to your PC or PS4 mobile device, whatever you do, you accidentally click on the Genshin Impact thing, and then for some reason Staff of Homa is there and you accidentally click Wish while sleepwalking and you get the Staff of Homa, then boom, you get a lot of use out of this extra HP percent, right? Because you actually did quite a few rolls across the board, which is actually pretty nice. You know, it's pretty nice, pretty nice. That aside, yeah, nice, basically, nice. To make a long story short, nice. Okay, cool, so 33.8 to 126 here. So 70, 67, 60, 67.6. So you have 394.3 crit value. My Xiao's crit rate is 59 with a Shangling with my team. Oh, okay, got it. I was about to say, what? He farmed Vermilion? Yeah, he's working towards it. Look at this piece, though. They have a permanent off piece right here. Now then, they also have good news, by the way, Divine. As you can see right here, they have a really great piece right here for the second 18 set bonus. So if they ever get like a decent feather, for example, they could probably swap out to a 2-piece and go for that for now, or they can complete the Vermilion hereafter. But pretty good spot overall. Alright, cool. So 53, 176, and with, you said Shangling on the team, so that's 2 Liyue characters. That's like, what, 7 crit rate added or something like that? So, or is it 3 times 2? Yeah, 3 times 2. So it'd be on 59 crit rate. Okay, cool. 59 to 176, 151 energy recharge. That is quite a bit. I do like that as well, though. EM we don't care about, but it's not too high, so not too bad here. Alright, interesting. Now, obviously, once you get to Adventure Rank 50... Obviously, when you get to Adventure Rank 50, right? When you get to Adventure Rank 50, Obviously level 90 on the Shao could be worth it. It's entirely up to you. But for sure the weapon is typically very much worth level 90. Alright? So you should go for that. Alright, that aside, almost 1900 attack currently. You also gain more attacks, so you probably do have the 1900 attack here. Now let's see here. 53, okay, so 59, okay, cool. Like that, so that's like a 1 to... It's like a 1 to 3 ratio, so that's perfectly fine. Okay, cool. Now then, if I were to judge your character today, which I am, obviously, you're right around the 7 range for crit value. However, you do have quite a bit of extra energy recharge. Alright, I do like that. Now, that energy recharge from me is worth 1 point. Okay, so I'm going to boost you up. Probably start you around the 8 range at this point, okay? Probably just start you around the 8 range. I think won't be a bad idea. Possibly a 9, but I think 8 is a good point for you now. Alright. Yes. 8. I think 8 is a good spot for you, Panzer. 8 or 9, not sure. I think 8 I'm more leaning towards today. Alright, so then if I were to give you an 8, you would then skill check. Yeah, you already know. You're at 47. Okay. Look, at bench rank 47, by the way, remember that. They are very low at bench rank. So these are fairly rare pieces here for AR-47. Alright. So then you don't need max stamina, so that is forgiven. Okay, don't worry about that. After that, the 69, 404, 420, or 777 check, right? Boom. 69 flat HP variable, very nice. Boom, that's 1 pass. 69 in the total max HP. Boom, that is 2 right there. How many more? 2 passes so far here. Okay, we can't count that twice, but... Alright, dang. Oh, 69 in the total defense as well. Boom. 3 passes, damn. Then 200, while not a pass, does look quite nice on the actual right there, but it doesn't count. Still though, 3 passes, that means you're going to get your full score from me, so... For tonight, Panzer, I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10, alright? 8 out of 10 on the Shao. Very, very nice. How does checking characters work? That is an excellent question. I could answer it, but I actually do have a little thing here. Hold up. Hold up a second. It's pretty simple. You literally just follow. Basically, you just follow and redeem the reward. Boom. Done and dusted. Nothing too special. Alright, cool. You said check out the Lumine Dendro. Listen. I don't normally do this, but might as well. It is a goblet here. It's plus 16. Alright, guys, what are you guys thinking here? 20 crit value, 30 crit value. EM out the booty. Level 89. You should have got it to 90, dog. You should get it to 90. Come on. Might as well. 1 level away. Damn. Okay, it's got beautiful potential already. 20 crit damage, 3.9 crit rate. 1 upgrade remaining as well, so you can still get 1 more overall, which is nice. And then after that, okay, so hopefully it hits either crit rate or crit damage. That'll be great for you. Alright, so it is a pretty nice looking one overall so far. So congratulations. Yeah, alright. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Well, don't forget, this is very important, Panzer. Don't neglect your supports, okay? Your Shao is in a really great spot for the bench rank you're in, but don't forget that at some point your supports do have to be farmed out and set up, alright? You have to remember that. Alright, so who's next? I think it's Butterfur. Butterfur! You are next, sir. Wait, what are your opinions here? Say 5-star Inazuma, cat girl, the little bird outside your window whispered to you about. I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about. Literally. Literally no idea. Dendro application. Alright, Panzer, not gonna lie, I like the idea. She is a great character, obviously for Dendro application. But if you're gonna run that on Shao, that'll be a very interesting team. I don't typically see Dendro run with Shout, so you will have a pretty almost unique setup. Oh, you run a Bloom. Okay, that makes sense. I'm about to say, it's like, if you run Shao with that, I'm pretty impressed. That is definitively a different playstyle. Alright. Butter, that is a, I mean, okay, fair enough. That's a little too on the nose there, sir. Tiny bit too on the nose, I would say, but alright. Alright, cool. We're currently on Butter first. We're looking at Child. Okay, I'm looking at a Child apparently. Alright, alright. Oh, you're basically saying both your Pyro DPSs here, 36 are the Abyss. Nice. Motoku, how you doing? You can go full EM Shao if you wanted to. Yeah, I mean, you can if you want. I'm not going to stop you. And I'll give you a fair rating on it, too. I don't know how well it'll perform, but hey, I'll look at it. Alright, Triple Crown Child. Let's see here. Raider, you have a wonderful night, sir. Thank you for being here. Alright, next thing's next here. What are you doing here? Is it a burst setup? Is that what this is? Or is this a general setup here? Alright, looks like a pretty general setup overall so far. Okay, cool. So then we're looking for crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, elemental mastery, energy recharge, could also be pretty useful. We basically don't want defense or HP for the most part. Viridistant Venera, Shao, Aggravate team. Yeah, we could do that. Alright, first piece. Ooh, okay. All around, everything is useful. Very nice. It does appear to be a 3-line start, so you have 4 upgrades available, and all 4 are absolutely upgrades here. Any one of these subsets for the most part was useful, so it didn't matter what you missed. And you do have 8 rolls of value overall for the piece, which is pretty nice. You have 34.2 crit value, which is also very nice, so congratulations. Nasciano. Yeah, you could do the Nasciano. Great as a Banera, Shao, Aggravate team. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, okay, good start. Simple. It is one of his onset pieces overall. 8 rolls of value. Disturbingly nice. The next one here is, okay, pretty, okay. A little more standard in terms of DPS quality here. 17.8, so 38.8 crit value, so pretty close to 40 crit value with an additional 5% attack bonus. We don't care about the defense. We don't got to talk about it. However, this was pretty close to a god roll. It is 4 out of 5 upgrades into crit stats, which is pretty nice. So congrats. Okay, cool. Very simple. Nothing too crazy so far. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The rare pieces. The first piece we're looking at is the pair for their flower here, for their onset 2-piece set here. And it is disturbingly nice again. Very cool. So we have 3 upgrades of crit damage and 2 of energy recharge. So this was a 4-line start, and all 5 upgrades are once again very valuable. You have another 34.2 crit value piece as well. Cool. Not much I can say about it, obviously. Attack percentage for like a very consistent normal attacking child. If you were going for a nuke setup, I think Elemental Mastery would be worth a little bit more in this case. But if you're using him as a DPS, like a general, just driver in general for your team, attack percent should be better, so congratulations. That is a beautiful piece here. Now let's see here. Your Hydro Goblet is your off piece here. I see at least 2 other Hydro characters here, one of which being a mommy, one of them being like a little nephew kind of thing here, right? So this might be one of your better pieces. We don't know. We don't really know. Okay, cool. Looking pretty normal across the board. I mean, I say normal, but it's 4 rolls of crit, 3 of attack percent, and again, Elemental Mastery, depending on the setup, could be quite useful. So I do, again, like, I would consider all this somewhat useful, except for the EM. I think you haven't said it's like a burst team, so I can't really say EM is super valuable, but everything else is. You would have 7 rolls of value, so it's like a 4-line start with possibly 4 or 5 upgrades overall, which is pretty nice. What is that? 26.4. Yeah, 26.4 crit value. Okay, cool. Beautiful. Regardless of whether you do or don't nuke with him with this build, it is still a great piece. EM is insane. It is international. Okay, got it. Alright, beautiful then. EM is great then. 9 rolls of value then. 5 out of 5 upgrades. Beautiful. Now this right here, okay, 9.3 crit rate. Now you do have a crit rate weapon, so your ratio is most likely not going to be super skewed in one direction. And attack percent ultimately is a DPS stat, right? There's no real problem there. That is 3 upgrades of attack percent, 2 of crit rate, so you have 5 out of 5 upgrades yet again, and a little additional EM for your setup, which is nice. Alright. Very simple here, and that is your second onset 2-piece set right there. Oh, Jesus. Okay, what are we looking at here? So, 78.6. 214.6 crit value, 30 energy recharge, 56 elemental mastery. Okay, cool. Everyone's good here. 77, 186. Alright, beautiful. That's like a 1 to 2.4 ratio-ish, which is pretty nice. ER is nice, no real problem there. Elemental mastery, always a good thing, not a problem. Alright. Butter, butter, butter. What am I gonna do with you? So, let's see here. Crit value. Your crit value would normally land you at the 8 range, alright? Normally. But do you deserve more? You're a little bit away from 220, so I will definitely be boosting you up to a 9 no matter what. But can I boost you past a 9 is the question here. Can I boost you past a 9? Yes, I can. So let me explain why I'm going to boost you past a 9 and actually put you in the 10 range. So, you have actually a pretty nice amount of energy recharge, around 30%, which makes him extremely consistent. And for the most part, every piece that can have attack percent literally does, which is the other DPS stat, right? Outside of crit. So attack percent there, attack percent there, attack percent here, and then attack percent here. So all that does end up being valuable no matter what. Also, how are you doing, Just Blood? So like, I will boost you up 2 grades from that, because you're basically at a 9 already on your crit value. You just need a little bit more. So I'm gonna jump you straight to that 10. All right, dog. Now we are starting a 10 here. However, do you get to keep it? Okay. Skill check number 1. Your stamina. Is it max? Yes. Yes, it is. After that, listen. Do you have a 69, a 404, a 420, or a 777 somewhere in your build? Right? Like at this point, come on. We already know you have to. But did you? Right? That's the important part here. Did you? So far, I'm not seeing it here, which would be a little disappointing, okay? Not gonna lie. So close, yet so far. What up, Proy? So close, yet so far. Damn. It doesn't appear to be achievements. Failed the skill check at the end there. Unfortunately, that does mean you will be losing 1 point from your build here. And even though I gave you 2 bonus points, you spit it back in my face by losing 1 to such a simple skill check. That does mean I'm going to give you that. 9 out of 10 on the child here. All right. But congrats on your new timepiece, though. It is very nice. Congratulations on your new timepiece, though. It is extremely nice. Extremely nice regardless. Alright. You got a song request, Proy? Okay, let's see it. Let's check it out, shall we? Alright, why not? Why not? I like this one. It's a good meme song. Skill check? That's right, baby. Listen, if you are good at the game, or you claim to be good at the game, then surely somewhere in your build, you must have a 69, a 404, a 420, or a 777, alright? Somewhere in there. No, actually, this is literally on my playlist. Not the one for stream, just the one that I listen to. I love this song. But I consider it a meme song, though. I for some reason consider it a meme song. All right, then. Let's see here. So who is this? Oh, Lilith. Okay, so Lilith, Aegis Lilith, you would be next here. I just have to make sure you are here. Sayu is your daughter. Nice, nice. Yeah, the English version is. I guess technically, I consider the English version the meme version, which is why. Which is basically what I actually tie it to, right? You know, it's like when I hear this song, I can literally hear the lyrics. We are also still looking for Thai Gaming if they ever come back here. Alright, outside of that, let's see here. Perfect, you are here. You said Sayu. Okay, cool. You said Sayu here, so what are you running here? You are adventuring 40. Okay, cool, so more recent here. Sayu is a great character, very interesting one. Sacrificial Greatsword. Okay, cool. It does work, obviously. Energy recharge is great. You can double E-cast if you really wanted to. You could travel for miles at this point with this character right here. That aside here, you are adventuring 40, so you should be realistically enjoying the game as much as possible. And I do like that it looks like you already know what you're supposed to be doing. Sayu Veridescent Banera is a very good set. So I do like that. Obviously, keep up the talent level as you do level up. It is very much worth it. There is only so many ways to actually level up your character and make them stronger in the game. And talent is one of the few ways where you are actually guaranteed to do it. So it's pretty important to not ignore these bad boys, alright? After that, okay, everything looks good. Okay, cool. So 4-piece Veridescent with an off-piece Maiden's Beloved. Alright, so that just means you've been farming like crazy in that set there. So it does make sense. You are, from what you say, a Sayu main here, so I do like that. Now then, for Sayu, if you're doing Veridescent Banera, it typically means you're going for a Chaos team, which usually means that you're mostly looking for Elemental Mastery, so that way when Sayu does swirl, it deals a lot of damage. You know, like characters like, for example, Fischl, Dokumi, any character that can deal damage off field and apply elements. If not, alternatively, damage is always a good choice too. She doesn't have the greatest DPS scalings like in her own kit, but it does work ultimately. You can make basically any character DPS if you have the right team. Now then, for the most part, if you're Sayu, we're mostly going to be looking for a mixture of like crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. Now, very important, you are adventuring 40, and adventuring 45, you actually start getting golden artifacts every time you run the domain. So, for now, the substats won't matter too much, but it is nice to see what kind of luck you had before you got to adventuring 45. For the most part, your Sayu would get some good use out of the EM in this case. Not much from the HP, though she does have healing in her burst, but it would have some utility there. Now then, for the most part, let's see here. Attack percent obviously is somewhat worth it, no real problem there. Let's see here. Okay, it's pretty simple here. Defense percent. Now, obviously, you don't want Sayu to die, so defense percent can be quite effective as a main stat. However, if you do ultimately, actually, I guess let me ask you, what is your goal with Sayu? Like, do you have like an idea what you want to run with her? Like, are you looking to make like a chaos team, which is literally just Sayu basically running around like a hedgehog while having a bunch of off-field characters deal damage so that she can swirl all their elemental application? So people tend to run things like Xiangling, Fischl, and stuff like that. You lost your 50-50 on Hu Tao for the C1. Listen, there's still 4 days left. Alright, the hope is low, but it's still there, okay? Whatever Primo Gems you get in the next 4 days, throw them in there. If you get lucky, boom, you're guaranteed it, right? Now then, for the Goblet here, it depends on what you're going for. Again, either HP could work for more healing for your team as a whole. Elemental Mastery would be great for a Chaos team. Animo bonus would be trying to make her like an Animo DPS. It would just depend here for the most part. Not at the moment. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So you do have her as a healing bonus character for the most part at this point. So then, for the most part, we were just looking for HP percent just to make her heal as much as possible. So, okay, yeah, so that makes sense that you run the HP Goblet for the most part. Alright. Okay, cool. So it does, yeah. So it looks like you're running healing bonus, and healing is what you want, basically. Healing and HP is what you want here. Alright, cool. Pretty simple. Nothing stands out, obviously, for the most part. The permanent pieces, Kikyo, how you doing? Are like the gold ones right here, right? Because there's nothing higher than that. And adventure rank 45, which you are just 5 levels away, is where you start getting these pieces that are most likely to be permanent, right? Other than that, everything looks decent for the most part. You are at the adventure rank where you should realistically be just enjoying the game. So, you know, as a Sayu main, I'm sure you have a lot of fun running around. So, you know, you go ahead and do that. Make sure you never ignore your other characters as well. While maining one character is really great, ultimately, there's no character that will solo carry by itself. So you do want to make sure your other team members are up to snuff here. For the most part, I know that most of the Chaos teams tend to like things like Fischl, Xiangling. Kokomi's a good choice as well. Basically, any character that can summon something or place something on the field or have a burst that creates like a field of a certain element, great for her, because then, you know, whenever you hit someone infused with an element, it'll cause like a little explosion of that element. And Sayu is really good for applying several different elements at once, which is why people like running Elemental Mastery on her specifically, because this Elemental Mastery increases how much damage that little burst of swirl does. But for the most part, I think you're fine now. She should work great. And obviously, you know, once you get to adventure rank 45, maybe, you know, you got to kind of pick like, okay, maybe I want to go this route or this route. And then you can start working on a team specifically to make her work, because, you know, past adventure rank 45, the enemies do start getting a bit stronger because you're expected to have, you know, stronger characters basically. Like Yao Yao. Yeah, so Yao Yao also does want Elemental Mastery in your kit, but Sayu actually wants Elemental Mastery to be like 600 or more. Like quite a bit actually, if you're gonna go for that team. But again, you're not quite there yet. I would say you still just keep enjoying your game. Love to see a Noelle main. I'm actually one of the top ranked Noelle mains. So my Noelle is literally in the 1% for the ranking, and so is my Ito too, actually. I'll show you right now what Noelle can do once you farm her out all the way, because it's interesting. Because I don't know if you've ever seen what like a top tier Noelle can do, but it's actually pretty cool to see. All right. That aside, your weapon choice is nice for a Chaos team specifically, because Sayu Chaos is mostly based around her E, so being able to double cast your E, this weapon is actually pretty good for that. So I do like your weapon choice here. It's great for that in the long run. If you're gonna go for that, obviously you can play whatever playstyle you want. I'm not gonna force you to change whatever you want to do here. Other than that, I can't really judge your character like I have others, because I have a couple rules. For the most part, I do wait till you're adventure rank 45 to realistically judge you, because I do want you to have a 5-star set that's level 20 across the board first. And I think at this point, there's no real point in rating your character, because, you know, none of the pieces are realistically like permanent pieces, right? Other than that, though, I hope that does help. Sayu's a great character, and I hope you find characters that work great with her in the future here. Husk Strongbox soon? I would love that. Listen, listen, the day Husk Strongbox becomes a reality, 6 refills a day, dog. Alright, we are no joke going to 6 refills a day whenever that happens, alright? We're gonna do that for like a month straight. 6 refills a day, just maxing out, dog. We're gonna overdose on it. Yeah, let's see here. Let's see if we can look it up here. Hold up a second here. Next person, give me a second here. Alright, so the next person would be Moroku here, but hold up. I had 24 res, and we might as well go run a domain real quick here. Thank you, Sock. Alright, what time is it already? It's 9:55. Ah, shit, we gotta get going here. We gotta get going here soon, so I guess we'll just finish up our last review for tonight, and then we'll just get out of here. Tomorrow is Friday, so I typically stream a little bit longer. So tomorrow we'll probably also be doing reviews as well. Alright, anyways, I have 24 resin anyway, so I have to clear this domain. Alright. And then, listen, I gotta flex a little more here, okay? Not only do I main Noelle, I literally have one of the hardest hitting Noelles in the world. If you're interested in what a Noelle can do, like literally like the highest possible, here's one of the highest possible hits with Noelle that you can enjoy afterwards. It's a clip that we made on stream.
Press the advantage.
And we're actually trying to get it a little bit higher than it currently is. Now, if you've never seen what like the top end Noelles can hit, like with a very specific setup that is like, you know, a little secret basically. Well, not really a secret, but then, you know, think like, what's the highest I could see a Noelle hit with Geo? And then watch the clip and then decide if you were correct or not. Because I was actually one of the first Noelles. Actually, I was literally the first Noelle to accomplish something that, you know, wasn't possible for a while. The first Noelle to break the 1 million Geo barrier. Very happy. Very happy about that. Alright, let me shut off the queue real quick, make sure we don't get any more extra because we don't have time, unfortunately. Sino, thank you for the follow.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I
Do
remember.
shut that off real quick.
But where are those who
dusted.
share the memory?
Yeah, she's an all-arounder. Yep, I love that. It's a very comfortable character, you know? She's not the greatest DPS, but she has, you know, it's like you can basically beat anything with her. Well, you know, obviously, you know, not having to dodge because of shields, and even though there is characters that are anti-shield, like, you know, the wolves, which cause a bleed, right? She also heals, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's like, she works for everything, basically. Alright, so the last review for the night, for tonight at least, win to win. Yeah, I've also done the charge attack build, it's also pretty nice. Is Motoku, who wanted me to check out their clear. Again, tomorrow we should be streaming. We will be going a bit longer. Damn, an R5 Lost Prayers. What the fuck? Alright. At the C62. Okay. Hold up a second here. What are we looking at? Only level 9 though. That is interesting. So 10, 9, and 9. I for some reason expected a triple crown here, but still pretty nice. Still pretty nice though. Crimson Witch 4-piece. Actually wait. A Crimson Witch 5-piece. Not even a 4-piece. Damn, okay. 5-piece McNugget meal here. Alright, everything looks pretty nice so far. I wonder what we're gonna see. Alright. Yeah, never mind. Alright, so then. What do we have here? Alright, let's see here. I'm a little afraid here. I'm not sure what we're gonna see here. Also, hold up. Actually, let me make sure. Motoku, you are actually here, right? I want to make sure you're here when I do your review. I want to make sure you're here. Otherwise, what is the point? Alright. Let's look at the first piece. Damn. Okay, yeah, this is going to be interesting. Okay, Motoku, perfect. Okay, first piece first. 18 crit rate, very nice. 5.4 crit damage. And then we don't care about HP or defense for the most part, so we don't got to worry about that. Congratulations, that is 4 upgrades into crit rate, which is a 1 out of 256 chance of rolling 4 into 1. So that's pretty rare, obviously. That is 40 crit value, I think. Where's that? 36.6. 41. 42 crit value, so congratulations. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Alright. Ooh, the next piece. Very similar, actually. Like, incredibly similar. So, this one is 3 crit rate, 3 crit damage, 1 crit rate, 1 HP percent. So your HP percent was against your 1 missed roll. And you still have 39.6 crit value. So basically 40 crit value on your second piece as well. Okay, so far disgusting. That's already like a little bit over 40 crit average on the first 2 pieces. Damn. Alright, now let's see here. Now this should be attack percent typically in most builds here, so. Okay, you seem to have a thing for high crit values. Alright, I respect that. Attack percent onset, beautiful. Defense percent, defense we don't care about. And the crit value here is 42 again, I think. Yeah, 42 crit value again. So now we have like around a 41 crit value average on the first 3 pieces. That is also double max crit rate roll too, so they got 3.9 twice, which is also a very nice thing to have. Damn, okay. And no off piece. That's actually, again, I'm still on that no off piece thing because they technically could replace any one of these pieces for a different set if they ever wanted to, like, you know, improve her with an off piece. Alright, here we go. The 2 rarest pieces here, the goblet and the headpiece, okay? Now the goblet is the rarest because of, you know, the 13 main stats that it can be. So, right, so it's pretty rare. And then the headpiece is the hardest to roll because it typically only has 1 crit stat for a substat, right? So let's go ahead and see her. Nice. Okay. Interesting. So attack percent though. You do have Witsith, which literally gives you like 64, something like that, right? Yeah, 64% elemental damage bonus, which is obviously stacked up. And Klee does have a Pyro Ascension bonus as well, I believe. So it's not like you have 0. You literally have like, I think close to a 100% damage bonus from your weapon and your own Ascension stat here. So it's actually okay to run attack percent without it being a negative thing. But I am completely okay with this, right? It's kind of like the Ayaka thing, where with Ayaka and her best assault weapon at a couple refinements, you actually run attack percent for the headpiece because it's more valuable. Because your crit sets are just stacked already, so they're, you know, at some point attack percent just becomes more important. And in this case, I think attack percent can be argued can be more important. Alright, that being said, that is 4 upgrades into crit damage again, so it is a 1 out of 256 chance. The only downside is that you actually rolled a little bit closer to average per roll, around I think 6, which is a little bit below average. So you actually could have been somewhere in like the 34-35% crit damage range, but it doesn't really matter. It's still 30, right? No matter what. Your total is what? 5.4, 35, 35.7 crit value, which is pretty nice. Obviously, I consider the 69 variant of the HP one of the most important things, so congratulations, that is beautiful. Yeah, you seem to have a lot of defense and HP for some reason. Like, he is just like, you know, you gotta protect the baby, right? You gotta protect the baby, you know? It makes sense, right? You gotta protect her. It's like, Klee got these pieces from Jean, so it's like, alright, you can deal damage and you will also be protected, okay? It makes sense, okay? It's like a mother's love, you know what I mean? Giving you what you need, plus, you know, also protecting you. Boom. And then the headpiece, what are we about to see? It's good. Listen, the crit value average is like a 39 now. It's disgustingly high. Okay, cool. This is one of your more normal looking pieces, and that is saying something, by the way. Congratulations. Klee can use ER. Obviously, her burst can be quite useful. I don't know if you run her as a DPS or if you run her like as an off-field swap, because obviously your C4 does incentivize you to swap off of her for that, like, what is it? It's like a 400% attack scale on the burst or something like that, which is pretty insane. Triple crit roll, always very nice to see. A little extra additional elemental mastery. Depending on your team comp, obviously, if you are vaping, for example, EM is quite useful. If you're not, well, it doesn't really matter. Klee should have enough damage even without a vape comp to be fine here. Overall, let's hear 1, 2, 3. So 3 of your 4 upgrades are direct DPS increases, which is pretty nice. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this is going to be at least probably a 250 Klee, I'm going to assume. Close. I was close. Not quite, but I was close here. It's 240 Klee. Okay, cool. So your crit value on this bad boy, I guess bad girl technically, 88.85, 88, 89.4. So let's see here, 60, 40, 241 crit value on this build overall. ER is a little bit on the low side, but it doesn't matter. She should be your front line, so she should be fine. Elemental Mastery of 21, a little bit on the low side, but it doesn't really matter. How do you calculate crit value? Board Anko? Good question. So you basically, it's the same for all characters. You double the crit rate, right? So you 2x the crit rate, and then you add it to the crit damage, just like that. So 2x crit rate, and then add that to your crit damage. That is your total crit value. That also goes the same for any pieces. So you double the crit rate and you add it to the crit damage. Double the crit rate, add it to the crit damage. Double the crit rate, add it to the crit damage. That is how you determine crit value. And then right here, we're going to be at 82-201. Nice, congratulations. That is a beautiful ratio. It's like 1 to 2.4, which is nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, everything looks good here. Yeah, you're going to have like a little bit over 100 pyro damage bonus, so attack percent is fine on the goblet here. All right.
These bombs, so heavy.
So then, Moroku, you're the last review for the night here, right? Good news for you. It's a pretty great way to end the night here. So your crit value, as long as it's over 235, usually goes into 10 range. So you go in the 10 range. You're at 240, so congratulations. We do have to skill check you though. You already know Adventure Rank 60. How do you do, fellow 60? You're going to need max stamina.
These
Good.
bombs,
All right,
so
good. After that, you already know we're looking for that 69, that 404, that 420, or that 777. All right. So looking at it, did you ever pass? Right? Did you ever pass here? Yes, you did. Okay, so looking at it real quick here. So this is 42 crit value on this bad boy. So that is 420. Okay, that's that 420 we're looking for. So boom. This piece is also 42 crit value. So we got another 420. So that is 2 passes. You have a 69 on your goblet. So that's 3 passes. Nice. And then I think that's it for it over. I think that's it overall. But 1 pass is enough and you got 3. So congratulations. You will most likely keep your 10 here. Okay, cool, yeah. Alright, cool. Yep. 10 out of 10 from me, dog. 10 out of 10 from me, Moroku. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Very nice, very nice. And again, I'm surprised you did it in Triple Crown, but I'm going to assume it's because you probably have all these other characters. Just Triple Crown out the booty. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright. Yeah, final boss music for that Klee, by the way, alright? Final boss music for that Klee. Alright, gents, lady gents, and everything in between. It is my time to go here. We will be streaming tomorrow, or we should be streaming tomorrow. Don't quote me on that, right? I'll keep you guys updated on Discord, etc., etc. It should mostly be reviews tomorrow. Obviously the usual copium artifact grinding, the artifact leveling, all the usual copium stuff, right? And then I think tomorrow we'll start the goal. So now listen. I'm trying to break the world record for Noel, okay? Now unfortunately, I don't hold the world record, okay? I hold it solo, alright? But breezy, my guy. It's a Thursday, dog. Unfortunately, I don't stream past 10 too often. Tomorrow though, I definitely will though. We are going to start a goal for the Ayaka, I guess, since I've decided to go the more crazy route of going for C4 Ayaka, C2 Klee, and Freedom Sworn. So I'll start a goal. Obviously, I'm just going to fund it myself. No matter what, I'm going to get it, right? But if you'd like to support, I'd appreciate it. Alright. Yeah, and tomorrow we'll start that goal and see what we can get from it. Alright. But yeah. Once we get the C4 Ayaka, C2 Klee, and the Freedom Sworn, which is pretty much going to require a Kazuha rerun as well, we'll be set up to break the world record. Currently, the world record is held by literally a 4-man group that used co-op and 7 character setups to break the geo record. Right? So it's like, I'm 1 man trying to beat literally 4 super whales from Asia. So, you know, I'm fighting the good fight here for North America, but it's a tough fight. I will say that. It is indeed a tough fight, right? But I will claim the gold back for North America, alright? That is the goal. Alright? Alright? Yeah, 4 super whales, literally. But I will beat them, alright? I will beat them, alright? Well, I'd assume they're super whales. Honestly, I would assume. I could be wrong, obviously, if they are not. Like, let's say they're free to play. Hey, my bad. Okay, I'm sorry. If you're listening to this, people who beat me, all right? You know, I'm sorry. My bad. But, you know, I have my suspicion that, you know, they're probably not free to play. with the C6 Ayaka in the setup, you know, the R5 Wolves Gravestone in the setup, the C6 Ito, like, you know, like they might not be free to play potentially. All right, cool. Woo. All right then. Now for reals though. Now for reals, I'm getting out of here. Nice to see you all. Kikyo, nice to meet you as well today. Aegis, nice to meet you. Just Blood, nice to see you. Anwar, I hope for the best of luck for you. Doc, nice to meet you as well. Just Blood, have a great day. Can you do co-op as well? The issue with co-op for us specifically is that since I'm in North America, the ping varies way too much, right? Like way too much. Also, I don't know how I feel about trying to get people to literally play for like 12 hours to train to the point where we can time it correctly. Ping is very varied. You have to understand that a lot of people on the Asia server play with like single digit ping, sorry. So it's a lot easier to time the co-op joins, right? It's like the ping is going to matter a lot at the end of the day. It's like, it just like, not only do they have like, you know, more people, literally their servers are also just like a lot quicker too. So it's a bit easier to set it up in that sense. You know what I mean? Like you see the co-op message appear on their video and then they basically immediately join. It's pretty convenient for that setup, right? So it's like, also, I mean, I would like to be able to hold it by myself, you know? I would like to be able to solo hold it, alright? I'm a little greedy in that, alright, you know? Still though. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get out of here for reals though. For reals this time, alright? For reals getting out of here. Not capping this time, by the way. Yep. See y'all tomorrow. Ideally. Don't quote me on that though. Alright then. Peace. Later. Right, baby. I'm back from a 2-day extended vacation here. All right, so hello. I am back here. Well, I mean, Wednesday is technically a no stream day, but still. Damn. All right, listen, it's raining a lot in my area, and every time it rains, it kind of just fucks me up. I cannot explain it. It just does, all right? It just does. So what I did was I took advantage of the days off and I worked towards a goal. Alright, nothing impressive here, but I was working towards getting... Also, hold up, let me make sure my camera's ready. I think we're all good here. I think we're all good. Not a big goal though. The rain has been pretty bad. Yes, the rain has been pretty bad. There was a little bit of hail mixed in too last time I checked. Luckily, it's like tiny ass hail. Like super tiny ass hail, so there was no real issue. But it's like, it still matters. So we got to 1,800 fishes now. When I started, we were like at 1,400 yesterday. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna fish every single fish in existence. And it actually was quite a bit here. So, you know, we're getting closer to that achievement. But more importantly, the actual reason I had to do that was for this. Yeah, it took a while here. I was like, all right, well, I'm not streaming. I'll do that. I need to obtain fish for the Chi-Chi specialty, right? So I've been having to go through, and now I'm converting all the excess fish into fillets, right? Because I need to cook a bunch of these. Also, one thing that I hate is that you can't destroy food. That's something that I forgot about. You can't destroy food. So it's like, sooner or later, I'm going to have to go through and use every single food buff on a character. Luckily, these don't have a limit. So I can kind of just spam through it like this. But it's like, I don't want to click my button 1,400 times. You know what I mean? But I don't need these specifically or these. And it's like, eventually I'm going to cook too many that I can't cook anymore. So I'm going to have to spend like a whole day just fucking spamming this button, you know? But we get there when we get there, right? Raid knocked out the signal. Yeah, and yesterday when I was playing, my Genshin was anywhere between my regular ping of like 70 and about 650. It was literally just spiking around. So I'm like, oh, it probably was not even going to be a great day to stream because the winds were hardcore. Right? The winds were hardcore. I could not sleep through them. I was like, holy shit, that shit's loud. All right, so today we have to clap some Scaramouche cheeks here. Can't see anything. Uh-oh. Can you hear me though? Because I'm... Wait, can you guys see me? Hello? I was about to say. I crashed? What? Stream goofy right now. Lies. Wait, actually, maybe let me ask. Is it actually? Because surprisingly, I don't believe this. On my little OBS thing, it says I have dropped 0 frames as of now. So thus, the stream is like smooth right now for me at least. At least from my end, I might be lying to me, but it's telling me it's smooth. Also, yesterday, it crashed again. Maybe Twitch is being goofy then. Maybe Twitch is the one being goofy. Wait, is the stream actually being weird? Aim up blows. What up, Slick? And back. Listen, on my end it says it's steady. Normally if it's lagging I can tell immediately by looking at my little dashboard thingy, but that is weird. So then the stream is like not on my end. It's like your side has been, so it's everyone then. Damn. Okay, that is pretty weird. That is pretty weird here. How's your day been? Pretty good, pretty good. Maybe a Twitch problem? Yeah, well, I mean, if everyone is crashing, though, it's like, it might not be me at this time. Listen, I hope it's not me. Like, please, Twitch, get your shit together. You know what I mean? No cap. Yeah.
Solidify. Rally.
Player needs to reload. That is very
Like a
interesting.
leg and step. I must leave no stone unturned. As a dutiful maid woman.
Also, yesterday, like, holy shit, I was so out of it that I accidentally redeemed all 5 of my condensed resin in here. I literally was just autopiloting so hard yesterday from how I was feeling that I literally used all 5 condensed resin in this domain. When I was trying to do the double rewards or whatever, I was like, oh shit. At the end, I'm like, oh fuck. So then I had to refill to collect the actual 20 resin ones too. I was like, fuck. That's how out of it I was yesterday. I was like, damn. Yeah, that's an oof. Hopefully, those talent materials I need for someone. Like, there'll be someone eventually, I'm sure. There'll be someone eventually for me. Also, apparently there was like a new Dia video that came out. So, you know, we can watch that today too. Yeah, because like ultimately... Yeah, Martin, we have them. Yes, yes. The reviews queue is open for today. I don't know for how long here. Okay, I don't know for how long it will be open. But, you know, we haven't, you know, Thursday is the review day typically, so we'll do that. And then we have the last fight of the beetle fight too, so we'll just try and get all that out the way, and then we'll just, you know, take a little bit of time here watching you guys. There's a build here. Also, man, I need to overhaul the Twitch page. I need to update the rules now that we know more or less what we're
Study
going
as stone,
for.
as a dutiful maid
I need to
would.
make sure I put in like what is a review in the description or whatever, so people are well aware, you know. I gotta do all that shit at some point. See, look, I almost autopiloted to use condensed resin. See, that's what's wrong with it. It's almost autopilot for me. Yesterday it was just autopilot the whole time. I was like, and then by the end of it I was like, oh shit. Ah shit. Luckily not today, I caught myself. And that is my dog. Yeah, and I deleted all the pins in my overworld, and I put just the fishing spots now, so I'm also doing that. Yeah, redeem condensed too much, so now it's a habit. Exactly, I've done it too much. I've whaled too hard. I have whaled too hard at this point. Yeah, like I think ultimately, Chi-Chi's food is easier for me to make for some reason. Even though for D-Look, I just need to go around buying potatoes. And for some reason, that's like too much for me. You know, like doing this is just like too much. Like, why would I have to go buy potatoes? Buy more potatoes. Just because we have to prep, you know, because once Ayaka does roll around, and if we do decide to go for C4 Ayaka, we're not quite there yet because we still would need Chi-Chi, right? We still would need Chi-Chi ultimately. You don't like grabbing nightshades? Oh, interesting. But now, you know, boom, we're getting there here. Been farming boss materials for next patch. Ooh, nice. Also, apparently you can accelerate this shit. I had no idea, so I could have been using these this entire time for this. And that's actually annoying. You know, I wasted like 800. I could have like auto-cooked all my fish, like, or auto-processed all my fish. But because I just didn't know, okay? He didn't know, I wasted all those on that. Apparently you can do that. I learned that yesterday. I'm like, what the fuck does